second. There we go. That's the layout I was looking for. All right. And I guess that just leaves one more thing to do before we really begin. We actually have something playing in the background while all this is happening. Oh. I knew there were some elements I forgot to move over. Yeah, when you resize everything to a new thing, you gotta make sure the chat's right where it needs to be. Let's make Team Pizza great again. Something like that. Alright, so how many of you are actually aware of what's happening tonight? Hello, Noel. Hello, Ashidaru. Hello, Blue Javelin. Hello, everybody who showed up to this a little earlier than usual. This is, well, this is a different kind of stream. This is... Swirl! I'll make the stream great right now. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for however long it's been, because Twitch just updated things not too long ago, and it unfortunately doesn't say your streak anymore. You've got the best badge we have available to us right now, though, so... people can assume it's been quite a while. I know it's been at least over a year. Thanks very much, man. Thanks for being a part of this party. So, alright. For those of you, as the title of the stream may suggest, tonight is going to be a sort of construction stream. A lot of this is going to be figuring out, like, rebuilding things, retooling things. As you can see, I'm moving my camera around a little bit because it's off-center and it's bugging the crap out of me. First stream I can make it to in a while. It's a completely different format. This will be interesting. Yeah, I mean, this will decide a lot of the formats going forward, honestly. Like, tonight's about discussion. Tonight is about building things. This is about figuring out what we're going to be doing here soon, because I think these streams have been stagnating a little bit. I've kind of been stewing in my own... I haven't really been making any progress, and maybe I'm being paranoid about this. Maybe we're doing everything right, but it never hurts to double check, and it never, ever hurts to get people's opinion. The people who have stuck with you this long, who have been around with you for a while, and new people coming in, too. To get an idea of, what do you guys want to see? What should I do? A whole lot of different ideas, like, I don't know, like, do I actually look like shit? Should I get a haircut? Should I take better care of myself? Like, is this background interesting to you guys? And mostly what I'm going to be doing here with that is I'm going to, let's see, I need to add, what did I use for just capturing? I think it was display cap, no, computer screen. Let's add that in there. There you go. Now you guys can actually see what I'm seeing here on my computer itself. This is the document I'm going to be using. I'll probably bump up the text size a little bit so you can actually see what I'm typing. So this is where I'm going to be writing all of the different ideas that I get tonight. So, let's begin. Let's see what people have been saying. I like the pizza party streams, though I don't know if I can run Terra anymore, sadly. Yeah, the multiplayer streams were a ton of fun. My only problem is that nobody watched them. See, the issue with them, I think, and what I was told, is that my audience is so small at the moment, and a lot of the games that we chose to play multiplayer were kind of niche. So we weren't really bringing new people in, and anybody who would want to see a stream like that was already here. They were already... Bring back the Bit Cup. Did people actually like the Bit Cup? Like, I know Ashidaru did this whole health bar thing for... no, wait. Yeah, it was Ashidaru who created my new layout here, this whole... I need to bump this down a couple layers so that it's behind the... There we go. Now it looks better again. Now it looks good. It's just... man. So, bring back Jackbox and the visual novel streams. The visual novel streams were very interesting. It depended on the novel. Hang on, let me write that down. Because I actually have been getting more and more into voice acting lately. I've been getting into reading audiobooks, so my voice is actually a marketable thing about me. This is something I know that I can do well and that people will be willing to pay for. Hell, I'm gonna be showing up in a video game here on March 7th, so. The BitCub was fun. Having a sudden big donation caused bits to fly all over the place, but I think this is more unique for being more interactive. The health bar is just a bar. You know, because the whole reason I changed it over to something else is because I would see it on other people's streams, and I thought, oh, this is a new, great idea. Hey, this is shiny and different, and nobody's using it yet. And it's fun just trying to take down this person. Just, maybe I will drop 100 bits to just lower this down to 0, and then my name will be up there for a little while. That was the thing that I think caught me about the health bar, is you can act, it's all you. Suddenly, it's your name up there. You're part of the show. You are part of the display. But I guess that's what chat is for, right? Actually having this chat bar right here so that anybody who watches the VOD in the future can actually see what's going on. Visual effects like an explosion when it takes damage. Yeah. Yeah. The whole bit boss thing. Well... See, that's really interesting because there are other things going on in the background, too. It's not crowd control. Oh, hell. I've forgotten what it's actually named now. I signed up for this whole service where you can play, like, app games and whatnot, and nobody ever used it for anything. Like, Zippy used it once in a while to drop some donations. A pretty big $50 one not too long ago. That was incredible. What should I be doing with that? Should I just open up Stream Elements and create a timer reminding people about the BitBoss stuff? Reminding people that they can partake in all of those? Like, get some points to help them get free subscriptions to me every month and whatnot? It's like, I really should have done more with that other than just... Because not everybody can make it to every stream. It pays to remind people once in a while, right? Did I miss something? No, we're just beginning here, Ryza. Any ideas that we've got? Remind, create bot timer for, opera events, I believe is the name of it. Are you friends with anyone who has a larger audience? You could run some joint events with them or show up on their stream. I've been doing my best to actually socialize with other streamers lately. I'm in a ton of different Discords. I'm in the Josh Jepson Discord. I'm in the Firelord Brooke Discord, who's actually married to Josh. I'm in Proton John's Discord. I'm in Club and Baby Seal's Discord. I'm Liam Six's Discord, a Tall Man Stan's Discord. But that's not enough, is it? Like, I need to actually participate in even more communities, like people who are maybe closer to my level. Like, it's great to shoot high. Sometimes that pays off. Like, I auditioned for an audiobook not too long ago that was worth $400 per finished hour, and I'm actually in the second round of auditions for that right now. Which, that would be amazing if I could get that, because that's all of my expenses for the rest of the year, but it's no guarantee, so as of now, I'm just going to continue on as if I don't have that. Get your face and voice on the stream, and get the host to shout out your stream. Yeah, the only... How about some other RPGs? The only thing about RPGs is they take a long time. RPGs would attract the kind of audience that I'm actually looking for, but there's something you have to commit to. There's something you're going to be playing for quite some time. The only way I think we could get away with that is if we start streaming more again. Maybe bump it up to 3 or 4 days a week instead of just the 2. The 2 is the college. That's the bare minimum to get partner status here on Twitch. Play RPGs/do more shows. And let me write down the pizza party streams. I should bring those back. Although it's funny you bring that up, because I should probably just announce this. I should probably just announce this straight up to everybody. The subathon that's happening in 4 days here on Valentine's Day, that's actually going to be mainly multiplayer focused. That's going to be a lot about you guys. It's going to be about playing games together with a lot of you. I'm going to be playing some more Team Fortress 2. There were talks in the mod room about maybe doing some Warframe. I can recommend Dragon Quest XI. I played a little bit of Dragon Quest XI on stream, but... Oh, hey, oh my goodness, that is certainly a collection of letters I'm looking at. Ismeretlin124. Welcome to the chat, dude. Dude. Welcome to you, dude. Monster seeking monster for Valentine's. You know, the Jackbox games are really easy multiplayer. Hang on, let me separate that into another category here. TF2. Although the latest one is the one people would actually be looking for, like Jackbox 5. I need to test Warframe as the multiplayer game. I know some people in the Discord are really jazzed for that one. Did enjoy the podcasts. Okay, here's the thing about the podcasts. I absolutely need, if I'm gonna have a podcast again, or at least the way it was, I would need somebody who can be there consistently. Somebody that I can count on to be there week after week after week. It's either going to be that, or it's going to have to be the idea that I had, which is pizza for breakfast, which is morning streams. Every single day, I just kind of eat breakfast with you guys and talk about all of the video game news that happened yesterday. They'd be really short, like half-hour or hour-long streams, but they take place at like 10 a.m. or something like that. Which idea do you guys like better? Apex Legends. That is the big one right now. That is definitely the big game on the market, but... I don't know, should I be playing politics with this and take a stance? Because this is the one thing that's keeping EA afloat right now. Despite the fact that everybody's still pissed about how they're handling the Star Wars license. And as it turns out, Disney's actually okay with how they've been handling the license, so what are we gonna do? I mean, the game looks good. I would love to play support and medic with a lot of my team, because as we all know, medics are an endangered species in pubs, but... It supports Respawn more. That is a good point. It's supporting EA, but it's also supporting Respawn, who is actually a pretty good studio. Those guys are good people. Ooh. Sorry, I just caught that for a second. The music we're listening to, that's actually from Parasite Eve. I'd recognize that anywhere. I used that, God, way back in the day when I did Let's Plays. That was a big one. Use that song all the time. I got really used to it. Still love that game. Damn, I should play that. You know, speaking of RPGs, it's an oldie, but it's a goodie. We could actually play Parasite Eve for a little while. Hang on. RPG stream ideas. Parasite Eve. Dragon Quest XI. Let me just go back over the chat again to make sure your face and voice on the stream. Yeah, hang on. Not socialize, network. Network more is the big one. 3 days would be all right. To add to the RPG point, if a viewer misses a stream for an RPG, then it's hard for them to come back into those streams. Yeah, that's another one. Podcasts. Bring back podcasts / pizza for breakfast streams. And Subathon ideas. And then finally, games to play soon. We'll write down Apex Legends. I like this. I like actually discussing with you guys what to do next. What's the general consensus of Apex Legends around here? That's actually a really good idea. It's better to be dinner. Yeah, it does support them. It is Battle Royale, which I've said before I'm never big on, but it's a nice little balance of things because it's actually got the squad aspect to it. It's all about teamwork with everybody. And even more so because you kind of need each other. Each character has their own classes. They can only do specific things. It forces you to rely on the other people in a way. Which, I'm all about that. I feel that, man. Apex finally seems like the Battle Royale game I could actually get into. I'd have to actually play it on stream to know, and I'd love to have one of you guys come with me. What in the world? Swirl! Thanks for the 4 bits, man. You know, that's another thing I need to actually bring up with you guys. I want to show you a little behind the scenes here. Let's actually go into my alert box for a second. My overlays. I should probably swap back over to the webcam layout for just a second so that this doesn't get super confusing. But let's go to my overlay editor here. I want to show you guys a lot of the alerts that I actually have. It's better to be doing dinner streams. The morning was because people's going to work. Yeah, that's a good point. So they'd be a little later in the... That's a tough one. That's a tough one, because guys like Steven George do breakfast streams all the time, and he's got a... No, but his audience was built up on other things. It's not exactly... If I want to just catch people randomly, have them come whenever, you've got a good point. Ah, that's a really good point. The only thing is, the morning time slot gives me something to do. It's like, I'm just basically eating breakfast as well. It's something I can do on top of my normal streams. If I try to put them in the dinner slot, usually I start my streams around the dinner slot, which is 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I do the podcast type streams earlier in the day, they can coexist instead of conflict with one another. I appreciate that, Colt. Thanks for being here, man. Is your game backlog large enough to do something like what Proton John does with his fortune cookie streams? That's also a really good idea, too. Let me write that one down. I had that idea the longest... God, a long time ago, which was running out of Steam, which was trying to get through my Steam backlog and play all of those games. I've played around in my head with that idea, doing that, bringing back the straw polls and asking people, hey, here are 4 games that were randomly selected by Backloggery's fortune cookie that are from my Steam backlog. Which ones do you think I should actually play on stream until I beat the game? And people choose one and I just go through with it. That's a really good idea. Colt, basically, if you have any ideas or you have anything to pitch in during, about what I'm saying about, that's what we're doing tonight. So, let me actually, yeah. Running out of Steam. I'll never get into Battle Royale and I'm not going to watch any stream about it, so yeah, but that's just me. Very curious about how many reoccurring viewers you have that's not us. The Discord posse, Fnu. I mean, you guys are mostly what I see these days. Like, new faces are rare. Like, as I was saying earlier, guys like Ismaret... Oh, that's gonna trip me up every time. Guys like 124 are rare around here. So you're special, dude. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you hopping in and helping out a guy that you've never met before. Or maybe you have. You've been here the whole time and I just don't remember. You've been quietly lurking in the background. What was that? That was my best Yoda impression there. Stream or do not? There is no YouTube. That's the thing. I don't know if I don't want to play it yet. Like, there are a lot of, like I said earlier, there are a lot of aspects of Apex that I think I'd enjoy. So, okay, hang on a second. Let me pop out of the music for just a second. So, one thing I want to talk about, Ismer. That's a good one. Ismer. I mean, I give everybody else a nickname, too, like Colt, Ashi, Swirl, Ryza. Maybe you can try Space Lords. Never heard of this game, actually. Let me go back to my layout for a second. Space Lords. Shh. You didn't see anything. Don't worry about it. Space Lords. Wait a second. What does this have to do with Raiders? Space Lords, brand new take on the shooter genre. Let's take a look at this, actually. Hold on, is there actual gameplay in this trailer, or is it all cinematic stuff? Yeah, it's probably just all cinematic stuff. Let's actually look at the gameplay here. By the way, this was provided by MMO Bomb here. I don't want to just show somebody's content on here. Let's just hop into a random spot in the video. Wait, yeah, this actually is Raiders. It's just renamed. Stream crashed on my end. Sorry about that, man. Yeah, that could work. Maybe the pizza for breakfast thing is like the show before the show. It's the appetizer before the main course. I could do something like that, but that would mean we'd have to start a little earlier than usual. Which means I'd have to wake up earlier in the day and start doing... and start taking care of the rest of my business earlier on, which today I actually managed to get all my voiceover work stuff done earlier on, so yeah, maybe that's on me. That's on me. That's something I could definitely pull off. Good call on that one. Yeah, Space Lords actually looks kind of fun. Like, I've seen the game before, and I know the whole gimmick of it, which is one player is a rogue, and they're fighting against your party. I'll give it a shot here. I'll write that one down. So, Space Lords. We'll give it a try. I wonder how many people are actually playing that one. So 100% free to play. That's another big one. Which means people who come into that stream, it could be like, hey, you can try this out too if you have a decent enough rig to run it. Jumping on the hype train for freshly released games won't mean it's an easy thing. Because why should someone watch a low-tier streamer if they could hang out with the big guys on Twitch who are definitely going to play the hot new stuff? Yeah, you are competing with really big guys. I've made the joke before when I'm playing a new game, like when we did the midnight release for Kingdom Hearts 3, it's just like, I'm going to outlast these dudes. Like, they have to go fall asleep eventually. I can just... They're gonna start dropping like flies. That's why people are coming in. Search times are still awful. Yeah, I get that. Gonna throw out Monster Prom for multiplayer streams and visual novel streams. I'd suggest Lucid 9 and Long Live the Queen. Oh, Long Live the Queen is one of those games I wish I liked the premise of more than I did. It seems like I've heard stories about how people created this super militaristic queen, like they finally did what they felt was the right thing, and then she still died because she didn't have enough court skills to recognize when somebody was giving her a poisoned box of chocolates. It's like, fucking really? Come on, dude. I don't know, I just have a problem with games that are out to kill you from the start, where the humor is in the mortality of your character. Like, apparently the only way to win that game is to just micromanage every single aspect of her life, to tell her no all the time, and just drill her and beat into her brain that the ruthless world that she's in until she's no longer questioning you. It's one of those games you have to lose a lot and lose brutally in until you win, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Plus, I don't own it yet, too, so I'd actually have to buy the thing. And I've spent enough money recently so that I could actually pick up Wargroove right here, as you can see by the dog. That's a game that I was going to make an actual video out of. I was going to make a review video for that. Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch. Ooh. A lot of people here and we're not even playing a game. Well, I think this is one of the most exciting ideas I've done in a while, too, is the other thing about it. Like, everybody loves making their voice heard about things. Everybody wants to feel like they're being a part of something that's going to get better and bigger. And including me, honestly. This wasn't a ploy. I'm just happy there are so many people here who feel that strongly about my show that they want me to get better. They want all of these things to happen. So let's see here. And visual novel streams. I'm going to put in parentheses, Lucid 9. You know what? I'll never say never on that one. Long live the Queen. Not long live the Queen. God, can you? I took typing classes in grade school. I bet you can't even tell. Streaming earlier could also help getting more audience from over the sea. That too. That's a really good idea, Shidara, because Ryza is constantly telling me all the time, like, he can't stick around for very long. So starting earlier at maybe, like, 4 or 5 or something like that would give a little bit more time. That's a good one. Maybe start earlier. 4 or 5 Eastern Standard Time. Do you have Overwatch? I do, but there are some issues with my Blizzard account right now. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting into it. I've emailed Blizzard several times in the past trying to get access to my account again because it has one of those stupid authenticators attached to it. And it won't let me log in. I've contacted support time and time again. I've sent them pictures of my driver's license confirming that I am who I say I am, and they just never get back to me. Oh, well. At least I still have Team Fortress 2, right? The 200 hours I've logged into it already. They're about the same audience size as you and team up with them in co-op and multiplayer stuff. Yeah! Part of, join more Discords. Participate in other people's multiplayer games. And, you know, it's funny you mention that. Newsletter! Oh, nice! The gift sub thing. Cool, gave a gift sub to Ismer. Thanks for that, man. That's awesome. What does that even bring us up to now? You know, that sub goal is supposed to update in real time. Hang on a moment. Let me reopen. Let me reopen Streamlabel, see if that does anything. Have a pizza. Become a good speedrunner for some niche game and then apply to GDQ. Man, again, that's sort of playing politics right there. Why is this thing not updating in real time? Or maybe it is, and my sub numbers are just that freaking low. Well, no, I can double check this now. No, we're at 10 points, so screw you guys. So screw you, Streamlabels. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, GDQ is one of those shows, like, they've gotten a little big. It's one of those... I don't know if I'd want to be on the stage of GDQ. I definitely have an interest in being a speedrunner for certain games. But the games I'm really interested in are A Hat in Time and Celeste, and... oh boy, the levels of skill you can achieve in those games are kind of ridiculous. Like, those games have been out for so long, and the people who are good at them are so freaking good, it feels like I'm never going to catch up. It's sort of like when you're joining competitive aspect for a game, you look at the top gameplay and it's just intimidating. Who knows? Maybe I could be more like Liam 6 and I just do it for fun. That kind of thing. I think that's the healthier mindset to approach about it. And here's the other thing about AGDQ. Can I send a Windows 10 key? Oh, don't worry about that. Like, don't worry about this little watermark right here. I'm fine, dude. It doesn't lock me out of anything I actually care about. I can still set my desktop wallpaper. The computer still works. You keep that and give it to somebody who actually needs it. Yeah, yeah, it is hard. It is very, very hard. It's all practice. It's all devotion. And it's also the mindset of having so much fun with a particular game that you're willing to play it every single day. You can still find joy in it and feel like you could find new things. I believe you have the best results in speedrunning when it's a game that continues to reward you day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. You keep finding new things in it. The game gets better as you get better at it, which is why I had such an interest in A Hat in Time and Celeste there for a while. I mean, if you don't need it, Ismer, I'd be happy to take it. Just PM it to me. That's a lot of... That's a lot. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Yeah. AGDQ's one. Not sure if I'd want to go to AGDQ. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. If I did, they have so many rules and so many stipulations and so many little hang-ups about what you can say, what you can do, who you can be. All of the runs and all of the commentary starts to sort of feel the same. It's this highly filtered, highly processed, don't put a toenail out of line or we will ban you and not even tell you why kind of thing that nobody can be themselves anymore. You come for the streamer, but it's not the streamer you came for, because all of who they are, all of who they could be is just completely overshadowed by the event they're in right now. Not sure if I'd want to... Jack 3 streamers got to do whatever they wanted without being banned. Was that the Bonesaw stream? Was that whole bit where he kept making the Owen Wilson jokes? Wow. All right, but anyway, can you send an email? I will send you my... Anyway. That was the unofficial Bonesaw sequel, yes. Okay, anyways, we kind of gotten off topic here. All right, So, okay. Do more visual novel streams. We see those here, like Lucid 9, Long Live the Queen. I'll probably look up more of those online, like look what some of the best ones are in the field. It's gonna be hard though, because those games are the good visual novels are usually freaking expensive. We never finished our playthrough of Katawa Shoujo. I just remembered that. Oh, I need to get back to that. Ah, because that's a really freaking good game. Let's see here. Yeah, the bot timer for the opera event stuff, play some RPGs and do more shows. Oh, we'll address this one in a bit. I'm going to underline it because there are some stipulations to the doing more shows thing, because we've got a lot of ideas here, and the only way we're going to get to all of them is if we happen to do more shows. If we sort of relegate some of these to people can expect, oh hey, he's going to play an RPG on this day, or he's going to do Pokemon on Saturdays or something like that, because maybe you'd also be interested in point clicks? Maybe. Play games that let you show off your voice abilities. Lots of different sounds, yeah. And that's what visual novels would be really good for, because it's all reading. Very few of those actually have characters with voices. And again, those might be the ones you actually have to pay for. Alright, network more, which means join more Discords, participate in other people's multiplayer games. The participating in other people's multiplayer games thing. I mentioned Club and Baby Seals not too long ago. Because I have a copy of Overwatch on my Blizzard account, I tried hopping in to his whole situation that he's got a multiplayer March thing going on soon, and he's going to be inviting people to play Smash with him, Overwatch with him, and a whole bunch of other games. And I actually participated in that without even thinking, oh hey, this is a networking opportunity. I actually show up on his stream for a little bit. Plus, you know, it helps that I actually enjoy watching Club and Baby Seals. So it's like I want to be there to begin with. It's like I'm not just there so that people know who I am. I actually legitimately like the dude. And I think that's the way to go about it. Like, network with people you enjoy. Don't just find somebody big and force yourself to be around them, because people will... Eventually, they're going to get to know you well enough. You're not going to have that motivation, one, to stick around. So you're going to leave eventually, and all that effort will be for naught. And two, once they get to know you well enough, they're probably going to be able to tell that you're fake. So, yeah, network with the people that you enjoy. I'd be up for Ace Attorney. Man, those are the kinds of games I'd have to play with a guide open in the background. Because I suck at detective work. I respect the hell out of people who have the mind for that kind of thing, but I am no damn good at it. Games to play soon. Yeah, Ace Attorney counts as visual novel streams. Ace Attorney, and in a second set of parentheses, series. Dude, what about the Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney game? I started that back in the day, but I never finished it. That would be a good one. Just don't tell anyone that you're using a guide, be sneaky. Maybe a new layout could help. I mean, if we're gonna bring back the Bit Cup, that's something I'm gonna have to drop a poll for in the actual Discord server itself. I want a show of hands here. How many people are for bringing back the Bit Cup and against bringing back the Bit Cup? Because that means we bring back our little helper character too. The little anime girl who was dusting off the Bit Cup and keeping all of those things clean before they got to the bank. Main Ace Attorney series is better than AA versus Layton, to be honest. Danganronpa will also be off the table. Because the whole idea behind those games is people keep dying, and then the person who killed them also dies. Like, the cast just slowly shrinks more and more until there's only one person left. Like, Wildfire Micro! Thank you for the subscription! Holy crap, dude! I didn't even see you in the chat. Where did that come from? Pizza Power. And now it incremented! Does it not count gift subs for some reason? Weird, dude. Weird. Whoa, what am I doing? I need music in the background. I opened up this video of an hour's worth of relaxing video game music, and I haven't been using it. Willing to make him a new layout. I wouldn't mind doing that even for free. No, dude, I would insist on paying you. Like, that's not cool. You don't ask people to make something as important as an entire layout and then not pay them for it. Like, I'd be willing to offer you the standard, like, $30 that I did for the one that I've got currently, and... You know... I guess that's a big one. You guys think this is a bit much? The actual pizza aesthetic? You think it's good for doing anything other than making people hungry? Because that's the only comment I get about the whole pizza thing. It's like, now I want pizza. Thanks a lot, dude. And I don't think most people who come in new would even get it. Like, this is here because it's the name of my company, my group, my close-knit group of friends and people who have helped me out, like Coops and Hidden the Truth and Seneca and Tunican. Like, all of those guys, like how we're actually building games and books and stories and art together and comics and whatnot. So, like, most people wouldn't get that. I wanted to make a grand entrance. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'll pay you in bits. Only if Ashi's behind the change. Hey, Lone Ranger. Howdy, howdy. Welcome to the chat, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah, that was a thing that got mentioned during the last stream. So, okay. Sorry, just making sure that the layout's still working. Visual novel streams is something you guys suggested. Network more. Bring back the podcast, which we figured out how that's going to happen is show before the show. But I'd have to get rid of the name in that case. It wouldn't be pizza for breakfast anymore. Like, everybody eats pizza for dinner, so... Bringing back the Running Out of Steam show. Maybe start earlier, around 4 or 5 Eastern Standard Time. Look into speedrunning something. Now, here's the thing. Before we have too many of these piled up, let's go back to that do more shows aspect. So, right now, we have 2 shows that we do every single week. We've got the show that happens on Saturday, and we've got the show that happens on Wednesday because of that straw poll I placed in the Discord not too long ago, and on Twitter, and on YouTube, and everywhere that I had, asking people, hey, with my live streams, what days are you available? Like, what are the 2 days that you would want them to be on? And those were the days that got the most votes. I think the 3rd most was Friday. I think the 3rd most was Friday, so 2 more shows. I can write in parentheses there. Friday. So let's put this out there. What days would how many shows would we need to do all of these? How many shows would we need to make all of these happen every single week? We've got 2 that we're working with right now. Do we need more? Probably. Saturday, before I put Pokemon on here again, the Pokemon Panic idea, where we have all of the random events that happen to us all throughout our playthrough of the game, and we also randomized it so we never know what Pokemon we're going to encounter where. How excited were you guys for the Pokemon Panic series? Did you like that? Did you not like that? Do you want to see more of it in the future? And if so, should we continue the playthrough we had, considering it's been a while? Or should we just start fresh with something like Crystal or whatnot and just keep going through the generations from there? Pre-show could be named Pickup or Delivery. Thought for dinner, thought for your pizza. I'm seeing a couple good ones here. The Pokemon Panic streams, I mean. One thing I would tell you is don't go too random on what you do on your channel. What do you mean by that? Expand on that thought, Lone Ranger. I'm actually interested in what you mean by that. Not Sunday. Oh, hey, Coops. Welcome, man. Yeah, we got a lot of people here tonight. I'm actually having trouble keeping up on what everybody's saying. Eating pizza right now. Pizza named show works better as a post-show, to be honest. Cold pizza or leftover pizza. You know, and that would actually give me time to address them, because a lot of things would happen... They might happen in the morning, and I wouldn't necessarily be able to react to them that day. If I let the day play out and then talk about all the news at the end, that could be pretty good. So it's either going to be a show before the show or a show at... It's a pre-show or an after-show. So, before/after. I'll leave that tentative for now. I want to see you finish. I think you should do 3 days a week too. Yeah, so let's figure that out. If we... Saturday. If I do the shows consistently, like we make it a thing, people can expect this kind of show on this day of the week. It should help avoid that randomness. Like, people come in. It's like television, honestly. That's what I've been told, is consistency is huge. People come in... people have come to expect that my shows start at 6 p.m. And they will be able to catch my show at that time on these days. But if I'm playing a particular thing, they know they can come on this day and say, oh, he's going to be playing this specific type of thing I'm interested in. That might also be able to help. So... I wasn't available when the Pokemon Panic streams were a thing. Okay. The thing is, if your content on your channel is too random, then it does give your viewers something to grab onto that will keep them around for more. Yeah. And like I said, if we keep doing the same type of game on the same days, if they can count on me to play this kind of thing and play more of it in the future, I think that should mitigate that type of problem. People expect, oh, hey, it's Saturday, he's going to play Pokemon. Oh, hey, it's Friday, he's going to speedrun something. Maybe. JRPGs on Friday? So okay, let's start writing this down. Pokemon would be on Saturday, because that's how it was before. That was, that's the only day that Dioraptor is available to do that show with me, and let's be real, it's just not the same without him. Like, I can try doing it solo, but it's not quite... Like, it's always better when he's there to, like, constantly, like, give me stupid names to name the creatures, or... remind me when I've screwed up or broken a rule or something like that, and then he just starts reading whatever bad fan fiction that he's brought as the punishment. What I want to do with podcasts is becoming my own thing. Okay. Yeah. Themed days, so yeah, keeping some order. So, okay, what would we do with Wednesday? What would we do with Wednesday? Because right now, the way things have been going on the channel is Wednesdays and Saturdays have been just random game days. It's whatever I feel like. So, if we plan it out, Wednesday. The ideas we have are visual novel streams, which... Should that be its own... Let me look ahead in the schedule here. March 7th is a Thursday. You know... That day's very important to me, and I'll tell you why soon. But... let's say Friday... Play porn games on Wednesday. A random day on Wednesday. You know what, that could... I want to address the main ideas we've got here before I say that we have just a grab bag day. Just whatever I feel like playing that week. So, let's knock out all of these first. Let's knock out all of these ideas before we do anything else, which might be hard because a lot of these are... Pizza party streams. Those would be the multiplayer streams. I should probably put the multiplayer streams on Wednesday, because that's another one of the days that people were available the most. Those are the days I can count on people being there for whatever is we happen to be doing, so... Yeah, I think Pizza Party would be pretty good on Wednesday. A Wheel of Fortune wheel for Wednesdays. Wednesday. Don't get banned, please. No, I won't. I don't plan on it. That's why I'm here talking about this with you guys, so we can build something together. Like, I'm not going to go through all this trouble just to throw it all out the window one day on a whim. This is something that's going to be here for a while. There will always be another stream. That's what you can get from me. So let me actually mark this off with an asterisk so that I know that I've done something about it. I've made plans for it at the very least, so I'm gonna move that to the bottom of the list here as well. Just so I've more easily categorized the ones that we still need to do. Should visual novel streams be part of the grab bag day? Or no? Play RPGs. The podcast is actually something, like we said, I can either do it before or after the show. You can get really excited. Wheel Day Wednesday. So we make the grab bag day on Wednesday, you think? Like, what would the wheel be for? Like, hang on a second. Maybe I missed something here in the chat. Random day on Wednesday. Okay, so instead of putting it up to a straw poll, I'd take some games that I'm interested in playing right now, and we'd spin the wheel live to see what we're doing. I don't know. Because I think why Proton John's format works is because people vote on it. People were really excited to see this particular thing out of this small little category of the games he owns, and because so many people voted for it, it's not just left up to chance. Number one, he doesn't get stuck playing anything too obscure or weird or just out there, usually anyway, and the majority of people who are there are excited to see this particular thing. It's always... The genius of John's format and the fortune cookie streams is that it's constantly something new and interesting, and it's constantly something that people actually want. Sup, Lee? What's this? This is the list of ideas that we've gotten for our streams in the near future here. Maybe do the random game as a pre-show before moving into doing some multiplayer stuff. That could work. Yeah. Okay, hang on a second. Wheel Day Wednesday and Pizza Party. So we've got just a random game that we happen to play, and then we've got the... You know, we could actually make that part of... Should we make Wheel Day Wednesday the new version of running out of Steam? That whole idea of taking my backlog on Steam, should I just roll like 5 or 6 games from my Steam backlog and see which one shows up on the wheel and we play that? Or should I leave that up to you guys? Should I make it a straw poll and see what we play on that day? Hey, see you later, Wildfire. Thanks for being here, man. Saturday pre-show. I still want to be throwback once I get my PC on right. You like that idea too, Pillow? Fortune cookie stuff works if you have interesting ideas. That's one of the benefits of John's stream, is he has such a huge collection that 5 random games often leads to 1 or 2 good games and 1 or 2 bad/mean games. Yeah, and I'm not exactly a collector. The most interesting I've got is an original Game Boy cartridge for Shantae, and that thing's worth, what, like $700 now? Like, that's my bills for at least 4 months right there. Oh, hey, who are we connected to? Green Power Star! Hey, thanks for the host, man. How are you doing tonight, buddy? Welcome, welcome, everybody. We're actually having a discussion right now about how we're going to make our streams better in the future. Is it just the card or the box, too? No, it's just the card. I wish I had the box, because then that thing would be worth even more. I was one of those dumb kids. I just threw out the boxes or didn't really take care of them because I didn't know any better. Parents didn't know any better either. Who would have known that this stupid little child's toy would end up becoming something amazing? It's like an art form in its own right. Nintendo knew. A lot of people knew. Not the average family, though. What game? Shantae, the original for Game Boy. It's the most valuable anything I own, aside from maybe my TV. But this thing's also several years old now, so maybe it's not like a bleeding edge thing in technology anymore. So, okay. What was it that Coop said about, throwback is still going to be a thing with cartoons over on Rabbit? Oh, right! Coops was also going to be holding some, as I remember this was a Discord event thing. Like, we were going to start watching things. Every now and again, wait. Bleed has a good idea. The random game is a pre-show before moving into doing some multiplayer stuff. What if... And I'm just going to throw this out here because I was already going to start shows a little earlier here. So, bear with me on this. What if the random game idea started at 4? We spun the wheel before our typical streams, and we played something random. Then we went for a break for about half an hour. Then we started again at 6 with the main show. In this case, let's say on Wednesday, we'd spin the wheel, we'd play maybe War Groove or something for an hour, then we cut to a break, then 6 rolls around and we go into Pizza Party, and then after Pizza Party's done, then we go into the Cold Pizza stream, which is just the news show where we sit around, eat dinner, and talk about everything that happened over the past day. That could just be a thing, like the pre-show is the random game and the after-show is the podcast. Yeah, we're building a better stream here is what's happening. Like, I'm trying to get ideas from a lot of people. I'm trying to get some input on what I should be doing in the future, how to get more interesting shows, a whole bunch of... Like, maybe bring back some ideas I had before. Maybe there are some new ideas you guys have that I never even considered in the past. The cold pizza idea is nice. You can thank somebody else here in chat for that. Oops! Just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks, buddy. I know you've already been around here forever because of that badge, but thanks for continuing to support stupidity, dude. I'm glad you're a part of this party. How many people does that actually bring us up to here? Wow! It just updated to 12. Holy crap, guys, thank you. Why not something like New Flavors, or something more fitting, where you choose a lesser-known game like a fan game? Because that's how I found you. Yeah, actually. Just games I haven't... Running out of steam would have a different idea then. It would just be whatever game, like, a whole bunch of games that I'm interested in playing. We put them on the wheel, spin it, and see what happens. Been my friend for 7 years. I can give you a free Twitch sub. God, has it been that long? I can't believe it's been almost a decade since I raced alongside Josh and Tyler in Super Mario Galaxy. That's the series where everybody found out I'm ambidextrous. Because I flipped the controller upside down and I was still doing perfectly fine in the game. Top Waluigi games, and seeing Psycho Waluigi made me check out more of your videos and eventually the stream. Yeah, that's a big idea. It sounds weird. It sounds really weird. Hang on, let me actually move this to the... down here, because I'm technically doing something about this now. As part of the layout here, should the wheel just happen on Wednesday? Or should it be before every stream we play a random game? Like, it's the appetizer before the main course, as it were. meal every day. Cold pizza every day. The breadsticks. Yeah, it's the breadsticks. I do different pre-shows. Waluigi video was my first FNU vid too. So let me actually write this down here. Make YouTube videos full-time again. Because, like you're saying here, it's about advertising yourself on as many platforms as possible. You see this all the time. You see guys like Peanut Butter Gamer coming over to Twitch and just making bank because people already know who they are. They've built up a fan base in a completely different place, and then they make posts saying, oh, by the way, I'm also playing games live here, and I'm gonna be, like, using the footage to make YouTube videos in the future, and you can be part of all the shenanigans that happen over there. And people are super into that. They want to be a part of that kind of thing, because it's like, hey, this guy I already enjoy. It's diversifying yourself. This is why a lot of the big guys also have things like merch stores, and they have Patreons, and all kinds of different avenues, because that gives people options. That gives people like, hey, I can, even if I can't donate $5 a month, maybe I really want a t-shirt with your logo on it or something like that. You'll run out of topics soon, so maybe a once a week thing. We'll just chill out one night a week and we talk about everything that happened over the past 7 days. I'd be down for that. Technically, like how guys like Vinesauce and John got popular here. Yeah, John's a huge success story because he's like one of the classic Let's Players, and he completely adapted as the years went on. He changed every single thing about that format. He's still just, if you break down to its base level what John is doing, what Proton John is doing, he's still just playing a game and commentating over it and cracking jokes every now and again. It's just he's done it so long and so consistently that he's really good at it, and he's kept up with the times. His format never got old because it keeps changing. He keeps doing new things, and partially that's why I'm here, is trying to talk to you guys and figure out what's working and what's not working. Team Pizza merch? I technically have a merch store, although based on how many shirts I've sold in the past, I'm pretty sure that's news to most of you. AKA 0. I want to consider the placement, though. Is it a better idea to stream a random game after something people are expecting? That's also a good point. Yeah. So different after shows. So, okay. Let's write this down. After shows. Wheel Day Wednesday, and that'll be after the pizza party. And what day should have the podcast on it? What day should have cold pizza? What day should cold pizza be on? I'm feeling Friday. I'm feeling Friday because that's kicking off the weekend. We can just have a roundup, we can enjoy Saturday and Sunday, and then we get back to the grind once Sunday's over, you know? It's just sort of a kickoff moment. Say goodbye to all of the work that happened before. The beginning can just be a chat, just like chill with stream. That's what Josh Jepson does, and I really like that. Brooke also does it too, and I kind of understand why now, just addressing everybody, chatting and talking about what happened in the day. Hell, even Vinesauce does that, honestly. Just chat for a bit. I like either idea. Saturday, you'd get pizza for dinner on Friday and have leftovers. Yeah. After shows. Cold pizza Saturday. What's the same as Total Biscuit? There's a shop on TeePublic. Simple stuff as buttons and prints. Wheel before multiplayer and cold pizza after the visual novel streams. It also helps that John's very charismatic. That too. Like, he's a larger-than-life personality. His reactions to things are the best. He also has that really awesome scream laugh. It's very satisfying to hear that guy laugh at what he's doing. I think that's why people send so much fan art to him. Why his community latches onto a joke so strongly. Because his emotions, the emotion he puts into anything is so strong that they just want more of him. Like, they keep poking and prodding and trying to get a rise out of the guy, but in the best way possible. Man, John's community is awesome. You guys are awesome too. Thanks for being here and helping me build this. Like, I'm legitimately learning things. Like, talking with you guys here, I'm figuring all of this out. This is a really good idea. Just nonchalant chatting. Total Biscuit started on YouTube and expanded to Twitch and changed with the times as well. You can tell he's having fun. Exactly. And that's a big part of it, is doing the thing you enjoy. That's why that's the first bit of advice that everybody gives you. If you're gonna get into Twitch streaming, make sure you enjoy what you're doing. Make sure you actually have a passion for it. Because then the motivation's gonna be natural. Then the emotion's gonna be natural. People can tell when you're faking it. But when you mean it, people feed off of that, and then they want more of it. That's what makes you a great personality. That's what all of the big guys have in common, is they legitimately want to be there at the top. That is the one thing all of them have in common. That is the only consistent aspect between them all. I wanted to make this the big year of the pizza thing with Team Pizza. I had so many ideas, and then I got... oh, yeah. Gonna be reviving some ideas for the shop and topics, but year of the pizza died. No, I think I don't want to think about it that way. I learned a lot during 2018. I'm still making a lot of strides right now. 2018 was the year of pizza, but not in the way I wanted it to be. That was the year I got my shit together and I learned how to be happy again. I needed 2018 to be the way it was, because I'm a better person for it now. Think of it that way, Coops. Keyblade sketch has arrived in the art corner. Oh, I'll take a look at that in a second. I know so many try speedrunning popular games like 64 and quitting because they forgot the first rule of speedrunning is love the game you're running, because you'll probably play it more than anyone else. Rather have fun and keep a small audience than get big following trends I dislike. Well, the thing is, following trends doesn't even work. Like, it's not a good long-term plan. Like, you know, as divisive as a personality Gaijin Goomba is, one of his videos talks about a show called Gigigi no Tama, I think is its name. And it's basically the anime. It has one episode that breaks down the phases that every single YouTuber and content creator on the internet goes through at one point, and it talks about how you win that process. I definitely recommend that video, because it breaks down a lot of the mindset, and it talks about that whole, like, the money aspect, and the following trend aspect, the lowest hanging fruit aspect, and pandering, like, how far are people willing to go? It always starts off with an innocent idea, but if you let yourself get lost, you might forget why you were doing this to begin with, and that's a scary thought. Yeah. So many people stream Kingdom Hearts 3 on launch day and literally had like 300 channels streaming it all at once. Most people will stop scrolling around the 30 viewer mark. Yeah, that's fair too. It's the kind of thing you start doing once you actually have the audience there. It's like you need the audience to get the audience. It's this vicious cycle. But anyway. Gigigi no Kintaro. That's the one. Sorry. That was close at least. Gigi no Gi. One of the series that... God, how long has that series been around? It's been there for a while now. But anyway. Friday. What happens on Friday? We figured out how we're going to handle the random games, like the running out of steam part. We figured out what day we're going to be doing multiplayer stuff again, which is Wednesday. What else? Goes down to if you enjoy it. Yeah. I mean, that's, to be fair, that is why I streamed Kingdom Hearts 3 launch day. Because I've been waiting 17 years for the ending to this story. It was amazing to finally see it. Well, I haven't beaten the game yet, but so far I've been having a ton of fun with the game. Expect a YouTube video on that soon. The hell, once we've got all of the plan figured out, we might just start going into, like, I could start showing you guys a little behind the scenes, talking about what my video making process is. I could show you what it's like working in Vegas, what some of my little tricks and cheats and different things I do are. Just gonna ask that visual novels aren't on Thursday, because those are probably the ones that I'd hop in the most, but I'm almost always busy Thursday. Well, in that case, what's the one that people are most excited about? Like, what are we gonna put, because Saturday and Wednesday are the big ones. Saturday we're gonna have Pokemon, because that's the only day Dio's available, and Wednesday we're gonna have Pizza Party, because that's another day I can expect a lot of people to come in. Friday was the third most voted day on that straw poll way back when. So what are we going to put on that? Should probably also take this out of the list too, just because we've technically done something about that. Should it be visual novel streams on Friday? Should it be RPGs on Friday? Or should we put the speedrunning streams on Friday? What would you guys like to see? What should we put on the day? Those are the three options we've got right now, or maybe you have a different idea. I wouldn't get to doing that because I'm going to be your editor soon, and I'm not streaming my process. Fair. I'd like to see more Kingdom Hearts 3. After all, I don't know anything about the series. I usually like putting long games on weekends because I never worry about people having work. That would actually be a good idea for Friday, then. We probably should put the RPGs on Friday, then, because people just have time to throw in there. Ooh, this person's got taste. Shenmue music. I really hope Shenmue 3 is good, but that's a whole nother discussion entirely. So Kingdom Hearts 3 would probably be part of the RPG shows. The question is, when do we put them? If we're gonna go off of this, visual novel streams, RPGs, and speedrunning, that's 3 more shows. So if we did all of this, we'd be streaming 5 days a week again with 2 days off. Talk to you later. Hey, talk to you later, man. I meant during the day, but that's still a fair point. So, tentatively, as the day most people are going to come in, we'd have plenty of material to work with, because there are a ton of games I want to play. RPG stream ideas. Parasite Eve, Dragon Quest XI, and at the top, Kingdom Hearts 3. Can you post what you're writing in a Google Drive? Can you not see it? Or, oh, some people are probably on their phone. I tried bumping up the size of the text here a little bit. Hang on a second. I'll try and fix that a little more now. 22? Maybe that'll help a little more? Oh, what the heck. One more just to be thorough about it. 24. So now everybody can see what can easily read what I'm... So that we can see it later, sure. A friend of mine does RPGs on Fridays with pretty consistent views for his size, so maybe RPGs. Alright. So, let's make RPGs a Friday thing. Let's make that a thing. Pre-shows, we just chat for a bit, and the after-shows. On Wednesday, we'll play a random game for a little bit once I'm done playing with other people. And then on Saturday, we'll have the podcast. Now, what are the other 2 days that we stream? I actually need to go back in the Discord for a bit. I need to scroll a ways back. I need to find the original straw poll where I was asking people. Wow, I actually kind of got some memories here. Celebrate getting out of Twitch jail. Right, that was that whole thing. There's the Spyro review that I did, telling people about the suspension that happened not too long ago. The Spooktacular Marathon from last year, yeah! Where we played all of the different... Oh, wow. I completely forgot about some of these. Fusing some of the channels in the Discord. Pokemon Pant. Deciding what are we going to stream tonight. There it is. 2 streams a week. What were the results for this? So it was Saturday and Wednesday, as you see here. Friday followed up with 5 votes, and so did Sunday, actually. That's interesting. Oh, hey, GS? Wait, what's GS? What about FNU Grit? If I recall correctly, you never brought that up. FNU Grit was a series. I liked the idea, but it never really took off the way I wanted it to. I actually had a subathon a ways back where I played all of the games that people had donated for. And so that I could kind of close the book on that one, come back to it a little later when I had a bigger audience to work with. Once we get partnered on Twitch, then I will bring back FNU Grit. It will be FNU Grit Season 2, and it'll be amazing. This song, why is it so familiar? That's because it's from Final Fantasy VII. I believe this is Eris's theme. Hey, thanks for being here when you were, Ashidaru. I appreciate it a lot, dude. I appreciate that all of you are here helping me out with this. But dang, nobody voted for Tuesday, and only 1 person voted for either Monday or Thursday. It seems like these are the big days here. Saturday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So... which means... I mean, if nobody's actually gonna be there... Whenever you guys put together a list like this, do you put Sunday at the beginning of the list or at the end? I always put it at the end, because I feel like Monday is the start of a new week. Don't worry about it, Noel. I'm just glad you're here, dude. Thanks for being a part of all this. So that's interesting. We have 2 categories here, which is speedrunning and visual novels. Speedrunning and visual novels. But we only have 1 day. Which of these am I more excited for? And I guess a better question, which one of these are you guys more excited for? Oh, this is tough. What would you speedrun? Probably Celeste. If I'm being honest with you, I love that game to pieces. It was my favorite game of 2018. Slight spoiler for the script that I'm gonna let people see here soon. Like, I came up with a video talking about 2018 in review, but I think it's too late now. Like, we're past January. We're well into 2019. I don't think anybody would want to see a video like that anymore. I'd say the long-term ones would be better. For a Tuesday rather than a Monday. Speedruns have things go wrong a lot and is repetitive. May not suit a Monday. Make that video, says Ryza? Really? You think I should still do it? Yeah. I probably should, shouldn't I? Sorry, that was me overthinking things again. Alright. Well, speedrunning and Sunday will be visual novels / whatever if we feel like day. Maybe. Like, if there's just no... I don't know if we'd run out of visual novels eventually, or at least ones that people actually want to see. That's my only concern with relegating that to its own day. If you want speedrun suggestions, just ask. I can get a feel for what you'd want. I appreciate that, buddy. What was the day that nobody voted for? It was Tuesday. Oh boy. Maybe we should make this a Thursday thing. Wait, let me read that again. I think in most countries, Monday is the start of the week. Beginning, I follow most calendars. Well, there you have your 4 days. My schedule conflicts with yours, but it's always been that way. Getting more active on YouTube again, maybe? But as Pro Jared once told me on his stream, he thinks it's easier to get started on Twitch than YouTube. That is entirely true. Man knows exactly what he's talking about. That is 100% correct. Thursday, speedrunning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'd be up to 5 days a week again. Which means my off days would be Monday and Tuesday. See, the only problem with this schedule is I also donate plasma to CSL. So one of these days I would be... Tuesday and Thursday are the days that I donate plasma to CSL. So I'd come home from that and I'd just be wiped. I would have absolutely no energy. Speedrunning might not be a good thing to do on Thursdays then. Might not be a good idea to do anything on Tuesdays or Thursdays. Don't speedrun then? Visual novels I think I could handle. Because that's just a lot of talking. It doesn't require fast Twitch inputs from me, you know? I think... No, but I was specifically told earlier not to do visual novels on Thursday. Oh, this is so hard. You won't survive this FNU or your voice actor work will slack behind. And I can get all of the voice acting stuff done earlier in the day before the stream even starts. Like, I need to wake up way earlier than I do anyway. I woke up at noon today, and I still managed to get all my voice acting work stuff done today. Seems like with Twitch, a lot of smaller streamers get buried in the popular games or lost in the obscure ones. Yeah, I mean, any popular site is going to have its own unique hurdles and challenges, but that's why we're here, is to figure out how to overcome them. Twitch plays FNU. Oh, dude, I still remember that stream that Adam Sessler did with Rev3 Gaming, which is Twitch plays Adam Sessler, where he had like a robot box over his head, and a screen on the inside where he was reading chat and taking their suggestions on what to do next. It was actually genius as he was just walking through the Rev 3 studios, trying to follow their directions as quickly as possible. I wonder if that VOD's still around somewhere. It's too repetitive and requires getting better at it. All that would leave is Monday, then, for the visual novel. Wait. What were the 2 streams we needed to... Wait, we already put visual novels on... So what was the other... look into speedrunning something. Okay. So wait. Okay. I'm getting confused here. Let's put this down here in its other category so that I know we've already addressed it. And then Monday. You don't like the idea of speedrunning? Actually, that's a good question to ask everybody here. Like, how do you feel about the idea of me getting into speedrunning a game? Obviously, I've got 1 no vote from Ashidaru right now. But what else are you feeling right now? Would you be interested in seeing me play something like Celeste over and over again? Or hell, maybe even learning how to play Kingdom Hearts 3 really quickly? I know that's more Bloody Biscuits territory, but you'd be into it, GPS? Anybody else? Any more votes for that? For me, it all depends on the game. Because it's a game you'll see the beginning over and over again. Indeed. Because I'd have essentially 3 breaks. If I only do 4 streams, I'll have way more energy on the 3 days that I'm off. It all depends on how much I'm willing to do, because even if we take out the idea of a Monday stream, if we just completely get rid of that, I'm still doubling the workload here on Twitch that I had before. Kind of neutral on speedrunning. If Celeste, I'll be there for it. Kingdom Hearts, I won't watch. You're saying that you could manage that with ease, but I know a time where you couldn't handle it anymore. Would lead to canceling streams, what could be getting worse for your future streams. You're about to stream a few days earlier, hyping people up. Yeah. And then boom, canceling 12 hours before the start. Yeah. You're totally right, Ashidaru. I forgot what that pain felt like. Feeling like I was just spinning my wheels, getting nowhere. But then we turned it down a little too far, I think. And now we're getting nowhere because we're not doing enough. I'm yo-yoing, and we need to find a nice middle ground. Maybe 4 streams would be it. Maybe this is the number. The only thing about a set schedule like this is it lacks spontaneity. You know what I mean? It lacks... I kind of want to do a main stream and then another stream after it. Like, we have dependable things. We sort of do like a Vine Sauce thing, where maybe Wheel Day is not just on Wednesday. Maybe Wheel Day is every day we stream, except for Cold Pizza, which is on Saturday. Wheel Day is we just play whatever I like. Or no, wait. Do you get what I mean? Because if something new comes out and I'm just like, oh, I want to give this a little more time, I want to give this a little extra, I want to actually share this with my audience, then I can't do that if we already have a plan for what's happening. This was one of my biggest issues with the schedule we had before. It didn't have that fun factor. I couldn't have that, I am personally interested in this, and I'm streaming on this date anyway, so I can play this kind of thing. Don't overdo it, exactly. not much for speedrunning itself. Because you're cool and Celeste is cool, but I might be a bit spotty in attendance. At least once every 2 weeks. 4 or 3 is probably best. Also, stay hydrated and have some food aside so you stay healthy during the show. Yep, already on top of that one. Now, I've always got the thermos right here, in case I need it for anything. I really should just add Stay Hydrated bot to the channel already, honestly. I usually have 2 days a week where I leave it open to whatever. Yeah. As with the drinking game you had with Kingdom Hearts, you had food, you had fluids, and everything was nice and dandy. Yeah. Like, I was feeling really good because I was actually taking care of myself during those marathons. Like, I felt great. It wasn't just sitting there and pushing myself to play stuff constantly. I actually ate, I took breaks, I had a little bit to go to the bathroom for a bit and stretch my legs, and yeah, I could play a game 8 hours in a row, no problem. Felt good, man. Felt really good. A bit tipsy, a bit because of the alcohol. Maybe. Maybe. Depends on what part of the story we were in and how many times people were saying heart, key, and door. Just call them off the script streams when you're breaking the usual schedule. Are you doing YouTube no matter what? Yes. I really, yeah, that's part of the things that we still need to do here, is like make YouTube videos full-time again, because it's part of putting myself out there and giving people, hey, even if they're not necessarily finding me through Twitch, they might find me through YouTube and they follow me over there, or vice versa. People could find me on Twitch and be like, wow, you make YouTube videos too? Either way, I'm putting more of myself out there and I'm giving people more to enjoy. Plus, you know, I want to get back to making YouTube videos again because those are freaking fun, dude. I need to start making countdowns again. Yeah, probably 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Start earlier because if I'm going to treat the schedule more like a guideline. That's what I do, and it's treated me nicely. Have a stream where you just chill and chat like this to take a bit of a break, but still engage with the viewers every month or so. Yeah. Just talk with you guys. I like that. Monthly. Or every now and then. Just chat with viewers. Off the script stream. Or no, off the script stream would be something else. Should probably write that down to games to play soon, subathon ideas, RPG stream ideas, general guidelines. Or general rule of thumb. Treat the schedule more like a guideline than a rule. But here's the thing about that. If people come in expecting me to play an RPG and then I'm doing something like Apex Legends, what's that gonna do? The whole point of making the schedule to begin with is giving people something consistent to come back to every now and then. It's building up that rapport with people. They can expect this particular kind of show on these particular days. I guess that's why I'm starting earlier. I like that idea of just being more spontaneous after the main show is already over. Because if I start at 4 and go for my typical 4 hours, then I end at 8 p.m. and that still gives me about 2 hours to play something random. That's why I like the idea of the after show being just off the script streams. Like, I can announce in advance, like... I can announce in advance to people, hey, this is coming out and I kind of want to play a little bit of this. Maybe do a whole day for YouTube. Yeah, that would probably be what the other 3 days are for. Like Monday... In this case, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday would be my off days here. Tuesday and Thursday because those are my CSL days, and then that's when I'm giving plasma, and then Monday is just... whatever I feel like, honestly. That'll be my true break day, where I have absolutely nothing stressful going on whatsoever, nothing even remotely close to work. Ask other people for footage in case you need some of a potential game. Yeah. Maybe this might not be plausible, but I'll suggest it. If you're up for it, maybe you vote to continue the game onto the next stream at the end of each stream or something like that. We could do that. We could definitely do that. Although I think people are voting by showing up at that point. Like, I keep track of my metrics. If people are excited about something, I'll know because a lot of people will be showing up to it. The numbers don't lie in a lot of cases. They let me know, like, people actually came for this. People want to see more of this. I'll probably still ask, just to be 100% sure. Because if people actually answer the prompt, too, that'll nail it. That'll just basically double confirm. That'll be my double check and make sure that, yeah, this game's solid gold. And people want more of it. Thought the chatting was the beginning of the streams. You're right. Yeah, the pre-show is just chat for a bit. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's why people do that. It's a connection thing. And that's also a good time to drop something like the exclamation point retweet command, so that I can just address the audience and be like, hey guys, you don't have to interact with this, but if you do, and you help spread the word that the stream is live to people, it's greatly appreciated. It'll help the audience get bigger. And bring some of your friends in here. They might enjoy it too. Maybe reducing the number of co-coms to 2. Having a bunch of voices during the stream might scare off newcomers. Yeah, we do have kind of an issue sometimes about everybody talking over one another. I mean, it's kind of fun. Really, I try to keep it down to just 2 people. I usually just leave the 3rd spot open in case one of the mods decides to make a surprise appearance. Koops does that a lot. Dio does that a lot. Like, those guys are the wild cards, and I love when they just intrude in the show and cause chaos. Unless it's multiplayer stuff like Stardew Valley and Jackbox, yeah. Alright. Still ask, because sometimes things come up. I know I miss some streams because work the next day. Good idea. I have max comms at 3, not including myself. Yeah, that's how I have it too. That's how I have it too. Can you stick your co-com names in the layout? You know, Proton John has a bot command for this. Like, he has just a funny little bit. If you type exclamation co-com, or I think it's some kind of command like that whenever he's doing a stream, Nightbot will come back and it'll say, hey, these are the people that are also talking right now. So I should probably do something like that. I should probably let people know that way. Asking for polls. Let me actually write that down too. Create bot timer for opera events. Create bot command for co-coms. Really comes down to your comms, yeah. Because I often just wonder where I can follow the co-coms. I don't think I talk with... God, I don't think I've ever had another streamer on here. I mean, aside from maybe Stormy. He does shows every now and then. Asking for polls what to stream in the Discord is fine. Your solid community wanted to see and not those who you want to play. Repetitiveness is the word I was looking for. Could send you a DM of what it looks like. I'd appreciate that. Thing is, though, as you can see here, I'm using OBS, so I don't know if the same widget would be available to me. How is it handy, though, is my question. I already know I'm in a Discord call. What kind of extra information does it give you? I'm kind of curious about that. Screenception. Sorry, Ashidara. I know that looks really weird. Also, see if you can have the command, the bot command whisper them so it doesn't fill the chat. That's also a good idea. Or co-coms. Whisper if possible. Uses a web page so every stream can use it. Streaming software. All right. Cold pizza Saturday. Wheel day Wednesday. Off the script streams. So, Saturday's after show is already locked down. And so is Wednesday. I'm not sure how I feel about just playing a random game. Like, functionally, it's still random, but I still get to choose what it is. The audience doesn't know what the game's going to be. We'd have to narrow the focus to make it more interesting, because that would leave me Wednesday, that would leave me Friday and Sunday as my days to just play whatever, and I don't think that's spontaneous enough. Like, Wednesday and Saturday, those are on opposite ends of the week, as it were. Like, they happen far enough apart from each other that something could happen in between, and I can act on it relatively quickly. It's like, let's say Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out on, let's say it comes out on Friday. Yeah, let's say it comes out on Friday. I won't be able to just do a random off-the-script stream until, or, no, what am I trying to say? Yeah, let's say it comes out on Wednesday. I won't be able to do an off-the-cuff stream until Friday happens. That'll be 2 days later. Maybe something similar, like banners in the description down below, so it is more of a unison? What? Just comparing that from other streamers' description banners. Oh, you mean everything that's below the fold? I have the COCOM info down there? Is that what you're getting at? Or I just have the list of commands that I've got down there. Is what you're getting at. Because I have a lot of commands that nobody ever uses. Like, exclamation point Marina, exclamation point Dear Mario. Appreciate the DM, man. Let's actually take a look at this right now. So what do we got here? Oh, I see what you're getting at. So everybody in the call, like, you can just put it on the screen. It's not info for me, it's info for the people watching. Ah, I get it now. That's the part I wasn't understanding about what this program does. That's actually not a bad idea. I like that. I'll write it down. Maybe find the extension that shows who's in the call on stream. Because the other thing I have to worry about is my layout. Everything... I want to keep a clean interface as much as possible. I don't want too much getting in the way of the game. I already have it lined up on the layout that I've got, so you have the border, and all of the extraneous information is out of the way. Everything else, like, let me actually go to the webcam layout so this isn't horrible to look at. So, you can see that the layout, this box here, this is usually where the game is and all the relevant information, and then I'm up in that corner right there. My webcam is not over the game. The chat is off to the side, and it's its own thing. All of the information I think is important, like the current sub goal and the days until the subathon are over there, and then all of the fun stuff like the Bit Boss right now, which I'm pretty sure is going to soon become the Bit Cup again, is going to be down there in the corner. The game is standing by itself. The thing people actually came here for is isolated. The only thing that can possibly get in the way is all of the bit alerts. I like that because it keeps things clean, and nothing's preventing people from actually looking at what they're most likely going to be watching more than anything else. He also sent you a link to the widget thingy too. I'd appreciate that, man. As long as their Discord names are the same as where to find them. Yeah. I would probably do what he does too, which is it not only includes their name and a small description, but also a link to their Twitch or their Twitter or their, I don't know, whatever they use as their main platform. If I had somebody like Pillow Slitter or Ashidaru, I might use their DeviantArt account or something like that, because they're artists by trade. I would lead people to the place where they'd expect to find them the most, you know? Their platform. Just because that's what you do. If somebody's got something going on, you help people find them like that. Panels. I meant the panels like that every button has a similar style, like I got on my channel. Ah, right. I think I know what you're talking about. So if we go back to my dashboard here for a sec, go to my channel, and sorry for the inception here that's going to happen. So if we look down here at all of the banners that I've got, all of them kind of represent what they're supposed to be. Like, here I am, here's the chat rules, here's the bit alerts, but all of them have they represent what they're supposed to be pretty well. Like, here's all my social links, and I've got the persona thing going on. There's a little bit icon. Here's a teacher who's teaching people not to be that guy. You know what I mean by being that guy. But they don't share a style. They're all aesthetically different. Like, this one's got this whole future aspect going on. This is Persona. This has this schoolyard kind of thing happening. And then there's Star Fox and the Walfus Toho stuff. It doesn't quite mesh. I see what you're getting at with that. And you're talking about making banners that actually aesthetically fit with one another. And that is a good idea. Yes, that is the tutorial lady from Skullgirls. I should probably address that. I should hire somebody. I should either make banners, make new channel panels myself, or hire someone else to do it. All right. Now compare that with the picture I linked. Well, it's a good thing I've actually got the link right here. Yeah, that's exactly what I should be doing. They all have the same background there. They've all, like, they use the exact same type of text. They've got the same sort of background. They've got the matching colors. That drop shadow, though, that's what's really helping it out. It makes the text stand out a lot, too. And then you've got your character right there. who's even holding up the flag in here. About the only thing I'd change is the Lynx icon there, honestly. But that's just me, because, you know, it doesn't include the hand from your character or anything related to your character. So, or maybe it's the only thing you could come up with, which, you know, it communicates what it's supposed to be. But, yeah, that's what I need to do, is I need to make new channel panels myself or hire someone else to do it. And in parentheses, make sure they aesthetically match. That's something I need to do. Did I put RPGs down here? Yes, I did, on the schedule, so I can actually take that out of the list here. Some of these I can probably do on stream while I'm here with you guys. Maybe instead of linked pictures, I could actually put a chain link in there. I don't know, man. I was just saying, because a lot of people... It's why I try to have pizzas everywhere, as many places as I can. It's why it's my icon. It's why it's this whole thing. My entire layout is it's an identifier. It's a brand. It's a visual signal that people latch onto. It's something unique enough that they see it and they think, Whatthefnu. They think Team Pizza. It's who I am, and they see it, and they make that mental association. This is the guy who's attached to that. That's where I was going with that, because that little dragon guy is your character. So it almost seems like a wasted opportunity not to put him everywhere, you know? And I should probably make all of my panels something pizza related in that same aspect. But anyway, enough of me sounding like I'm low-key critiquing other people's things. Let's focus on me. Let's focus on me. I didn't mean to, like, turn that into I'm reviewing your channel now. Okay, so... after shows. The after show on Wednesday would be... like, that would be a random day. I wish Coops was still here so I could ask him why he wanted it to be on Wednesday. Like, maybe those are just the days he's available. The long DM, but it was for speedrunning and layouts, because I know you like things to be clean. I appreciate that. Like, finding a good place to put the timer and whatnot. I completely understand. Granted, the layout I've got... I have a lot of lower space I could devote to that kind of thing. If I put the cup in there again, I will have plenty of blank space to work with in the layout I've got now. Like, honestly, if Ashidaru were to make me a new layout, he wouldn't have to do much. He'd just have to get rid of the, this person is stealing the pizza, stop him thing, and I could just stick the cup in there, along with our little helper character, and I could just use the rest of the space for whatever... I think. Fill it with something nice, like more information. Maybe a follow goal or something. Nah, I don't think that way, Ashidaru. I wasn't very entertaining in the beginning either, but I got better, I think. I got 12 subs for a reason, I guess. Somebody thinks I'm funny. Whatever decision I make. Alright, have a good night, Ashidaru. Thanks for being here, buddy. Alright. So for now, this is a schedule we've got. Wednesday is going to be Pizza Party, followed by a random game after that. Friday, we'll be playing a recurring RPG. Saturday, we've got Pokemon, and then the podcast after that. Sunday is going to be visual novels slash, you know, whatever we happen to feel like on that day. Those will be recurring. And we could also just... on Fridays or the Sunday streams, we could just play whatever we like after that. That's actually why I was mentioning this earlier, why I don't feel as strongly about putting the wheel day on Wednesday. Like, I know it sounds good, it rolls off the tongue very well, wheel day Wednesday, because it's both W's and has the day in the end, but at the same time, like I said, it kind of robs my schedule of that spontaneity. If we did the whatever we feel like days on Wednesday and Sunday, they'd be spaced out just right to where if something just happened to come up in a period of time, I could address it in a timely manner. I wouldn't have to wait a full week cycle to the point where it wasn't relevant anymore, you know? Or I lost my will to play it. It's just, all these days have passed now and I don't really feel like it anymore, that kind of thing. So, question is what we'd replace it with. Fan Game Friday? I don't know. Maybe we could just call it Wheel Day. What's the idea for after Friday? Well, that's what I'm thinking right now. I kind of want to put Wheel Day on Friday. And just call it Wheel Day. And then the after show on Wednesday will just be whatever I feel like. And Sunday is also whatever we feel like day. No, I'll leave it that way. Whatever I feel like, whenever you guys feel like. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Wheel Day is the best one. Yeah, because on those days, even I don't know what I'm gonna be playing. I just take some random... I just let the fortune cookie decide and then spin a wheel and see what we happen to be doing that night. Alright, and there we go. The pre-shows will always be... yeah, the off-the-script streams. So... yeah, that'll be what Wednesday and Sundays after shows are, is just off-the-script stuff, whatever we want. So, the schedule now is going to be when our streams are going to start now on 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're still going to be going for 4 hours, and we're still technically going to be going until 10. But here's how it's going to work going forward. The 4 p.m. stuff will be the main show. 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. will be, we just chat for a little bit at the start, and then we get into, if it's Wednesday, it'll be the pizza party. If it's Friday, it'll be a recurring RPG. If it's Saturday, it'll be the Pokemon Panic streams. So I should probably write that down so that it's completely clear to everybody. On Sunday, it will be the visual novels, and if we don't have a visual novel currently, we'll just play whatever we feel like. And it will all be whatever we feel like instead of starting with the visual novel. And then we'll take a slight break at 8. We will hop off for maybe like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just to stretch our legs, eat, use the bathroom, drink some water or whatever. And as soon as I said it, I got thirsty again. And when we come back from that, on Wednesday we'll be playing whatever we feel like. On Friday it'll be Wheel Day. We'll spin the wheel to see what we'll be playing. And it'll always be something random and interesting. On Saturday it'll be Cold Pizza, which is the new name for the podcast, where we just sit around, eat dinner, and talk about what happened during the previous week. And on Sunday, again, it'll just be whatever we feel like maybe something new came out that I'm really interested in playing for a little bit. We can just pump that out and play it and enjoy it until 10 p.m. rolls around. Going to make a self-schedule to include streamers I closely support. This looks good, though. Hooray, my name was used. Yeah, I thought it was a good one. Because it's not pizza for breakfast anymore, but I figured cold pizza would be great. We just order it on Friday and then eat it on Saturday. Yeah, we always start the show off with just a little bit of, like, talking with you guys and having fun. And yeah, that'll be that for that. So I guess that starts off on Wednesday when we'll be playing a multiplayer game with each other. I mean, obviously the... Oh, man.
Give me tendies!
Who wants tendies? Swirl! Swirl wants tendies. Thanks for that, man. This is making me hungry because I'm waiting on pizza to get here. I have that effect on people. I do tend to make a lot of people hungry. It's the one consistent thing with newcomers. Oh, good call on this guy. He's using Chrono Cross music, and I still love that game to death. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to add it on here, man. I'm feeling the call, dude. I want to go back into it. We're gonna do it. One day we're gonna do it on the RPG streams. One day we're going back to Chrono Cross, because that is one of my favorite JRPGs of all time. I understand why people don't like it, but I have so much love for that game. Need to get a sponsorship deal with some lesser-known national pizza chain. That's the dream, right? Once you get to the point where people are just contacting you via email saying, hey, we want you to represent our product in one of your videos because we know you have a big enough audience to work with. So, okay. That's all of that. We're going to be playing some RPGs again. We're going to be starting earlier. We have that spontaneity aspect in the schedule now that I couldn't address before, to where we can just play whatever we want at fairly regular intervals, too. We're not locked in, dead set on this particular thing. And we have to wait for an inordinate amount of time, like a whole week, for it to roll back around again. So that fixes that problem. We've got the chatting, we've got the podcast coming back, we've got streams where I'm using my voice, we've got streams where we just have dumb fun. We've got long-form games for people who enjoy that kind of thing. We got multiplayer games where you guys can actually participate with me. We've got just absolute chaos in the wheel day, so even I don't know what the hell's gonna happen on that. We've got news, we've got reviews coming with the YouTube stuff. I'm gonna be participating in other people's streams in the future by joining more Discords and... Hey, Power Star, you got a Discord, right? You got a Discord, right? That's a... Yeah, because you've been here forever, dude. Like, why haven't I been in your streams more often? That's actually a good question. Send that to me. I'd actually like to join one of these days. Sure, actually. I'm kind of interested. I want to hop in... Well, I want to hop into a few of your shows first. Because it's like I said earlier. If I enjoy actually watching your stuff and your shows, then it'll feel more natural to actually be a part of your community, you know? Like, I have to make sure, because then it's real, you know? Then it's real. Then I'm not faking or forcing anything. So... I will at least give you a follow here on Twitch. That way I will know when you go live next, and I can pop in and be like, what's going on here? What are we playing today, Mr. Verdant Celestial Body? So anyway, yes, I will be participating in more of these things. Now, I've actually been part of the Game Sharks Discord for quite some time. Maybe we could do that. Maybe we could start playing some of the challenges those guys put out there. I could become a guppy or something. Just do some of the random things that they do. Make friends in that community. Contribute some challenges or ideas. I'm gonna start improving the bot here. let's see. Maybe, I don't know about the extension anymore. Because I'll be having that command to take care of that. I think... Well... I'll play around with that one. I'll see. I'll make doubly sure off camera if there's a place for that or not. Make new channel panels myself or hire someone else to do it. That's something I will also take care of off camera. I will clean up all of the interface on here and make everything look nice and pretty and awesome down there below the fold. About the only thing that I'm not addressing here is looking into speedrunning something. Because if I'm being real with you guys, there didn't seem to be a lot of love for this idea, and I'm not super plussed about it myself. Every now and then I'll just pick up Celeste again and just play it for the sake of having fun. I've got that first level completely memorized at this point. But I don't think it's something that I'd be a casual runner more than anything. I wouldn't be learning any of the crazy tricks to push myself further and further to inhuman limits. I'm not one of those guys who'd be pulling in the crazy numbers for speedrunning because I wouldn't be trying to get on the stage of AGDQ. I wouldn't be trying to set world records or anything like that. I'd just be playing because I enjoy it. And trying to get more than that out of it, I think would defeat the point for me. So, I think that's the only idea out here that I think I can say goodbye to. I think that's the only one. Everything else I think I can consider. Everything else on here, that's... A lot of these we've addressed because now we've got the new schedule working here. Now, I'm actually going to nix the music here for a bit. Wow, 3 hours long, nice. Okay, so, I pulled up my dashboard here a little while ago. This is something I want to talk about with you guys here. Now, let me move over to the webcam layout again, so that this isn't super confusing. I need to nix the sound because I actually want to run a lot of my bit alerts past you guys. I want to show off some of the alerts that I've got. I want to know what you think of them, if they're actually entertaining, or if you think, like the banners or in the panels that I've got below the fold here, I should make them all match. They should have some kind of aesthetic about them. Should they be made up of... I can't really do what Josh does, where or Firelord Brooke does, where a lot of them are jokes that have happened during the streams. Proton John is kind of a halfway point. Some of them, like the Goldman alert, are in-jokes with his community, along with the yodeling one. But a lot of them are just, he put them there because he thought they were dumb and awesome. And granted, that's what a lot of these are. That's what a lot of my alerts are. They're just dumb, stupid, funny little things that I thought would be great to have here. So, for instance, cheer alerts. Let me go into this to make sure that I have all the variations set up. So, a lot of you are very familiar with my normal cheer alert, which if somebody gives just like 1 to 100 bits, somewhere in that range,
pizza time.
It's pizza time. They will give me, it will show that for a little bit. It used to be, you got paid? And I think a lot of people miss that. I changed it to pizza time because that was part of an initiative to try and make them all more related to the pizza idea. Like, try and bring them on brand, as it were. I wonder if I should... Like, a lot of people are really disappointed with that. Should I put it back to just Zangief being really confused that somebody actually paid me? I'm curious about that. You Got Paid was great. You Got Paid is hilarious, but I love pizza time too. One we see less often, this is something that only happens every now and then, is the crystal bits from Kirby. That's 100 to 1,000 bits. That's this one right here. And it's just Ribbon being really cute as she finds a crystal shard, because Kirby 64 is one of my favorite games on that system. That along with Star Fox 64, I will play both of those games all day, every day, if you let me. Gotta keep You Got Paid until you get a big audience. Okay. All right, I'll change that back then. One that we've only seen, I think, once or twice is what happens from 1,000 to 5,000, which is the... Again, this is sort of crystal related. I went with the crystal theme back in the day because that's what bits actually look like. They're gemstones. So it made sense to borrow the greatest crystal I knew of, which was from Crystal Shards. Or no.
You don't tug on Superman's
Oh.
cape. You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull a mask off an old Lone Ranger and
Nobody takes Johnny's jerky.
Okay, that was... I forgot that I set exactly 1,000 to something special. Whoops. Yes, that's the Johnny's Jerky one for exactly 1,000 bits. Let's try that again. Ahem. Crystal Chronicles is what happens from 1,001 bits to 5,000, and that's this one. Now, the reason I did that one is because, again, I really love Crystal Chronicles. That game... I cannot wait till the remastered version comes out on PS4 later this year. You bet your ass I'm going to be playing that front to back. I love Crystal Chronicles with all my heart. I am so excited for that to happen. What about 50 bits? And have Battleborn's, Arendi's... The bits! The bits are mine! Or Team Fortress 2 Soldiers voice line. Mine. And show him taking a crystal. That could work, actually. Let me write some of these down here. Some of the bit ideas here. Bit ideas. To Soldier... Fine. And Arendi. Because I do love Battleborn a lot. I actually took that idea, Ariza. I recommended that Drawman because he's really big on art and he was looking for ways to make money a while back. I was thinking, well, if you want to make a living as an artist, why don't you do Picarto streams? Like, I could teach you how to set up bit alerts and that, and I actually suggested to him, because Arendi's the kind of character that he really loves, to use the bits are mine. I guess it makes more sense here on Twitch, because that's the name of the currency, but anyway. Gotta keep the big donation sounds as stuff that you enjoy, so you can enjoy the money more. Well, let's get into the rest of these here. So, okay, there's one, here's another general one, and I'm pretty sure I didn't change this to anything special. This is one we've never seen, not to my knowledge anyway. 5,000 bits to 10,000 bits is this. That's one I actually had to make the noise custom, and I let it play for a little longer. I really didn't know what to do with that. The bit alerts way back in the day were a lot of Mr. Krabs saying, a 5-letter word for happiness. Money. I don't know, is that a little too on the nose? Mr. Krabs. 5-letter word for happiness. Or make Soldier take a slice of pizza. That could be good, too. Weren't you going to play Crystal Chronicles on Switch? Yes, I am. I am going to play... Like I said, I am going to play that game from beginning to end. Oh, it's everything I love. It's everything I love. And the announcer, too. She's so delightfully Irish. I love how the whole thing is her just like telling you a bedtime story. It's just this beautifully charming world. I am so stoked to share that with you guys when it comes out. So okay, that's the 5,000 bit one, and then there's the big one. 10,000 bits and up was the other alert. And you guys have never seen this either, and I want to know what you think. This is the one I put the most effort into, and I was hoping for the longest time some crazy person was going to come in and just show it off the first time spontaneously during a show. But here it is for the first time. Well, hello, guys. When I win the lottery, I will donate 10,000 bits. So, yeah. The bit alert that I was going to be showing off to... Ease up, guys. I already don't trust you. You're already on thin ice here. I wouldn't push it. Anyways, this was the alert that I was going to play if we ever got that kind of money here.
Oh my God!
I'm actually not as into it now that I've actually showed it to people. As you'll notice, that was the longest one, and one of the ones that I had the most fun with putting together, but I wonder if it's a little too much. Gotta keep the oh my god part. That's the kind of thing that would just scare the crap out of me. Hang on a second. Knock it off with the nonsense talk, guys. Stop spamming the chat with things that don't matter. I'm only going to tell you once, and then timeouts are going to start being handed out. Now, there are, of course, the special alerts that are in between all of the different spots like that. Like, we have the ones that I actually list below. Yeah, you had your chance. You finally made it. You're popular enough to get spammers. Ha! I win! Ha 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 ha! And that's one for you too. And you're not even playing a video game. Yes, I should do just chatting streams more often. This is working out. I'm not even playing a video game, and I don't even have tits. We're winning Twitch, guys. All I had to do was just sit here and talk about stuff.
Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast.
Oh my goodness, that... So, okay, that's a YouTube joke, for those of you who weren't aware. RTG's 25 was a running joke for so long. I think that's the first time that alert has actually been used by anybody. Thank you very much, Green Power Star. Hey, see you later, Noel. Thanks for coming tonight, buddy. Yeah, so RTG's 25 was that video that was put off for the longest time. So it's kind of a sacred number around here, which is why I have that particular alert. I don't think I'm going to be changing that one. I was going to introduce an extended version at 250 bits, but I think that's a little too on the nose. And, just got some ad bits after my pizza. Guess I got lucky. Yeah, sometimes you get really lucky with all of that. You get about, I've gotten 100 off of that before, and I've heard tales of some people getting really lucky and essentially winning the lottery, getting like 500 bits. Man, I wish that kind of thing happened more often, but I understand why it doesn't. Why you only get typically 5, because that's... I wonder how much those ads are worth it. I guess the interactive ones are worth more because you actually have to pay attention to them, and you can't navigate away to a different tab, although there is a slight trick to it. if you want to be doing other things in the background while you just let that run, drag the tab off, turn it into a new window, and then you can go back to, like, surfing Twitter or whatever you want to do. So anyway, what are the other alerts that I had here? The first special one that I added, which was Who's That Pokemon? Let's go with that one here, which is 151 because I'm an old school.
It's me, Austin!
Oh, son of a bitch!
Just because I like that joke a little too much. I remember asking in the Discord, like giving you guys a couple different GIFs to use with that alert. That's one of my favorites. Just because it comes... I love the jokes that come completely out of nowhere. Just take a hard left turn right at the end there. Then there's another one. We've seen the Tendies one a couple times tonight, but then there's another one that Coops has given me a couple times. Coops actually suggested to me, which was... If we put this up here...
Spaghetti time.
I keep waiting for the day that a bit war happens in chat, people fighting over whether or not it's pizza time or spaghetti time. And now that I've said it, it's never going to happen, although now that I've said that, it probably is. But now that I've said that, it's not going to happen, but now it's completely reversed itself again, and oh god, I just went cross-eyed. We have the one for 69 bits, which I don't think has ever gotten shown off, but this is another one I'm very proud of with the editing. This was originally set to 690 because it's a little too involved, but what the hell, I figured we're small enough, I can get away with setting it at that. It adds up over time, right? Whoa. Why was there an echo on that? What the hell? What the hell just happened with that one? Do you want me to try that again so you can actually appreciate the joke, or was the one time enough? That was home movies, actually. Why not spaghetti pizza time? Yeah, that's a good point, actually. What? It's like the breast or butts argument. Why choose? Did I accidentally have that alert in here twice, maybe? Is that the problem here? Not anime. Samurai Pizza Cats. Actually, that's a good idea for an alert. Why didn't I think of that one? I love that show. Samurai Pizza Cats alert. No, not anime. Again, says Ryza. I mean, I am nothing. Remember, the whole goal of this is to figure out which alerts work. Like, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Like, tell me which ones are actually working, which one aren't, which ones are kind of lame compared to the other ones. Do you think the price is right? Do you think the number works with the joke? Do you think they're too expensive, not expensive enough for what they offer? That kind of thing. I think I got a better joke. Instead of spaghetti time, what about pasta power? And it's Terry Crews screaming, power! Terry Crews. Pasta, and in all caps, power! I like that idea. Alright, one more time here. That alert, and maybe this time it'll actually work properly. 69 bits, once again. Why? What the hell is wrong with the audio in that one? Why doesn't it work properly? Am I doing something wrong here, or does it think the GIF is just too big, maybe? All of my other ones are working just fine. Why is that one having issues? I don't know. Try another alert, maybe? Yeah, we'll try that one, then we'll come back to it. We'll try it later. Here we go. We have an alert for 420 bits. A classic in many different places. Did you ever test the others? We're doing that tonight. $420 bits. Otherwise known as Touch Fuzzy spent 3 years in rehab. And I love how Yoshi's just hiding his eyes on that one, too. And just like, oh god, make it stop. I'm freaking out, baby Mario! Another classic one that I see on a lot of people's streams is a 666-bit alert, which I did the only thing I thought was appropriate on this one.
All of a sudden, there shined a shiny demon.
God bless you, Tenacious D. The world needs more bands like them. The Rise of the Phoenix. Yeah, so that one's working just fine. The thing is, I tested a lot of these. What alert was that? That was 666 bits. That was the one that I put in there for the actual number of the beast. I was AFK for a sex. No, I like the idea that was actually a Freudian slip on your part, Ryza. It's okay, man. Do what you want with your life. I'm not gonna judge. And on that note, I'm gonna try the 69-bit alert again. Let's see if it actually works this time. That good enough. I don't know why the audio plays twice really close to one another. I'm gonna have to redo that one and figure out why it's not working properly. What else do I have here? Ah, I have the jackpot alert at 777 bits. The cool thing about that little comic, that's actually drawn by somebody I follow on Twitter. That little thing about the pizza guy delivering to that woman's house and she's in a compromising workout position. That's actually drawn by Optional Typo. I wonder if there's a way I can give him credit in the alert itself. Because I don't want to just take something from another person. And of course I cut out the last part of that comic because, you know, I don't want to get suspended again. So, 777 bits. I like to call this one Jackpot.
Jackpot!
I have no explanation for that one. The idea just kind of popped into my head one day. If you really stretch it, the audio is kind of a reference to an old YouTube poop series out there called, The King's Epic Adventure. I think it's like episode 4, part 2, I believe. Hit the lever. That might be a better one. Although, you think Jim Sterling has claimed that line? Like, he's kind of made that his own at this point. Alright. Need to start getting ready for work tomorrow. You think it's a little late? Like, but you guys like the ones you've seen so far, right? You don't think any of them are too... Like, none of them are... They're all in the same sort of realm of quality. None of them are too loud or too out of position or... They're pretty funny. That's the King's dramatic journey. Oh, hang on a second. That's the alert for a new follower. I actually forgot to play that one. Now that you guys aren't actually looking at my... The name was on screen for a second. I was literally looking at the Beast X Mongoose. Thank you for the follow, man. And I apologize in advance. For what, I'm not entirely sure yet, but I guess we'll find out together, buddy. Thank you for that. So, okay, more alerts that I've got here. And again, I'm open to any kind of feedback you've got on these. So, of course, one that was always on brand was the one that was for 800 bits.
Pizza!
I still love that. I almost borrowed, and this was another YTP that I almost borrowed from, where the guy just stretched out the part, and he had the camera like go in and then back out and then in again, and it accidentally hits the kid's helmet and has to stagger backwards. But I thought, nah, that's just straight up taking somebody else's work, and that's not cool. I accidentally showed off the Johnny's Jerky one earlier. And then there's... Okay, this is kind of a sacred number for bit alerts. A lot of people really go in when they do 1337. And oh boy. Oh boy, did I go in. No, yeah, that was on YouTube. I literally just said it's not cool to steal somebody else's video, so I should probably get rid of that, shouldn't I? Yeah, I probably should. It's just the first time I saw that, I laughed my ass off, dude. It's such a good video. Alright, I'll replace that with something else. I still love that air horn version of the Universal theme that somebody did. I will probably still use that. I will just come up with a different video to put in its place. Find new video for the 1337 alert. Just chatting is my favorite game. Sup, Daisy? How are you doing tonight? And was that 420? No, that was 1337. That was 1,337 bits. 2015 was certainly an MLG time for gamers. Yeah, so I only have a handful of special alerts left. I have 2004, I have 4,200, which... I'm not actually going to show the 4,200 one because it's actually Motendu's. It was the time he reanimated the intro to Kill la Kill and replaced all of the characters with Snoop Dogg. And I probably need to come up with a new joke for that one. So I will show off the 2004 one, though, and tell me if you get the joke on why I use this particular number.
Oh no, Dr. Connor's class.
What's the 1,500 one? That's actually the, that's the only alert. Yes! Rise's got it. 2004 was the year that Spider-Man 2 released. You nailed that, buddy. That is exactly why that number is the way it is. Good job, dude. But yeah, that is, that's 2004. What's the 1,500 one? That is the Bowsette Appears alert. It's actually the only alert that forces me to do something during the stream. I have that Peach costume lying in this suitcase right here so that I can become Pichu at a moment's notice whenever somebody drops 1,500 bits in there. And I just stay in that outfit for the rest of the stream because I think the joke is still funny. For anybody who's curious what the alert actually looks like, I'll just play that one really quick. You have no idea how long it took me to actually get a clean clip of Corinne's laugh for that alert. No, I understand. Like, don't worry about it. Like, life comes first, so take care of whatever you need to. Don't feel like you have to come to my streams. Like, you take care of you, and then we can all have fun together. Do what you need to. 1,500 is still too high for that. See, I was told that 500, which is where it was at earlier, wasn't high enough. I was told to bump it up a little bit. Should it go back down to 500? Who is Corinne? She's a Street Fighter character. She's actually known for that laugh. Like, it's to the point where whenever her super happens during... on the stage of EVO, even the audience gets into it, and they'll all do the pose with, like, the hand in front of their mouth and just throw their head back and go, oh! It's really awesome to watch videos of. Oh, I meant to say too low. At our size, I think 1,500's enough. Like, $15 is a lot of money to me, dude. Like, that's still a significant chunk of change, and to be fair, nobody's paid that bounty yet, ever since I changed the price. Like, even Dio hasn't done it. I'd be happy to be proven wrong, though, if somebody wants to step up to that challenge. You've seen the Give Me Tendies alert, and the final one that I've got. The final... Whoa. Whoa. Oh, my goodness. Whoa! Clear or clear or... Oh my goodness. 2,000 bits. Wow, dude. Thank you so much. Wow, we don't get amounts like that. Thank you, dude. What a hero. It's just swooping out of nowhere and taking first place. Just mine. More? Oh, my heart. You're killing me, dude. What? Wow. Thank you so much, man. Oh my goodness, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, a million times thank you. I feel like saying thank you 2,600 times. I wonder how many I can do before I run out of breath. Thank you, 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 thank you. Exactly 42. Oh, that was the ultimate question. How many times can you say thank you without running out of breath? 42. How about that? Thank you so much, dude. All the love. And I guess by extension, I'm thanking Ninja as well. He can't hear me. That's why I have to say it so many times. He'll hear one of them. Off in his lofty towers. Sitting up there. He's the Twitch streamer who's actually making $200,000 a month, like Blush Blush is telling all of us. First spammer and first rich benefactor, and he still hasn't played a video game. Yeah, we're crossing all kinds of thresholds tonight. Jesus. Oh, what a night. And we're actually just making the stream better, too. Like, that's what all of this is about. That's just... We've come up with a new schedule tonight. We've got a whole bunch of ideas for new bit alerts. We know what we're going to be playing here soon. We've got ideas for games. We've got ideas for... We're going to be playing... I'm going to be upgrading the bot here soon. I'm going to be networking with more people. I'm going to go back to making YouTube videos for full time again. This is a good night. Like, this has been a really productive and awesome night. We even got a new follower, and that doesn't happen a whole lot. At least it didn't ever since we crossed 500. This has been... I really couldn't have asked for anything more. You guys have made this really, really good. This is a great way to start off a new era of Whatthefnu streams. It's just... This is great. Thank you all so much. I completely forgot what I was going to do. You know what? I know what we were going to do. I have one alert left. And this is for This is for anybody who played around with their calculator and tried to figure out what they could spell as a kid. Who just turned it upside down to see the letters. This is the alert for 8,008 bits. And it's straight up called We're Shameless. I really hope I don't get in trouble for this.
We're shameless. I love it all. You might think I'm kinda crass, but baby, you can kiss my ass. We're shameless. Stacy Small can join in too. You gotta love those MILFs, man. You're delighted.
I love that one too because it trolls people right in the middle. I love that one so much. God, I hope nothing bad happens from that. But yeah, that's all of the alerts that I've got right now. It's like, none of them include nudity. None of them include any kind of nudity or anything. They're just all incredibly suggestive. And I don't believe that's against any guidelines. So we should be fine. About the worst thing that could happen from that is it is a... I always forget the dude's name, but it's a song by... God, hang on a second. I'm going to look up his name. Bergs. Ken Ashcore. That's the dude. Ken Ashcore. You're probably fine. I actually saw High School of the Dead once. I imagine the show was much like what's going on in Proton John's Twitter right now. Just boobs everywhere. And that is a legendary scene from that show. You gotta love when anime realizes how stupid it really is and just commits to the bit. Her boobs bent around the bullet. I'm fucking sorry. You what, mate? But anyway, we have gone completely off topic here. Those are all the alerts that I've got right now. Every single one of them. So now that you know what's on the field, what should we add? Are there any other numbers that I'm not covering that I should be? And they can be high numbers, they can be low numbers, but what I'm really interested in is what are the kinds of jokes you guys would actually want to trigger? What's within your range? What are the kinds of alerts that would make it worth it for you? That's what I'm really interested in. Because the whole point of these is to make something fun and interesting happen during the stream. It allows you guys to sort of customize the experience a little bit. I've actually been considering a lot more alerts that are sort of reactions. Like maybe a 10-bit alert that's just that line from Waterworld where he puts the mirror down and says, "It does look like shit." In case the wheel ends up having us playing a really bad game or something like that. Or a character who just looks really ugly and somebody responds with just 10 bits saying, "It does look like shit." How about 500 being the $5 thing from Subway? I never actually noticed that before, Power Star. Typing of the Dead, zombies and contrived dialogue. 42, 69, 123, 128. Maybe 120 is a Mario 64 one. Oh, wait a second. Because there's Super Mario 64, and then there was that thing about 128. So 64 could be like a forwards alert of, "Dear Mario, come to the castle, I have baked a cake for you." And Super Mario 128, because it's become this sort of urban legend mystical game in people's minds, it could be the G major version of that. Or Nintendo, it could be that, yeah, Nintendo 64! And then 128 is just the G, or just that backwards, and like I layer it a couple times so that it sounds really creepy. Hold on, I gotta write all of these down. I should probably move back over to the main layout now so that you can see what I'm writing down here. All of the notes that I've got so far. 120, you know, if I do a Mario 64 alert, it's just going to be Bob-omb Battlefield, but alongside the lyrics, you're going to hear, now this is a story all about how. Uh... 121. It could be... Oh, I know what 121 is. What the hell is a gigawatt? Got off work early. Sup, Dark Lord? We're actually in the process of creating new bit alerts here. You came in just in time. What were some of the other ones people suggested? 500. Could be $5 footlong. Or I could make, if we're going on brand here, slash $5 pizza from Little Caesars. Because either way, I'm promoting a fast food chain. But one of them goes with the pizza theme we've got around here. The voice of Morgana in Persona 5 as a YouTube channel? I gotta look this up, actually. Want to know something that's funnier than 23? 24. I like that one. Let's see. 17. JoJo reference. In parentheses. Ora. Let's see. We need one for 42. We've actually got a 69-bit alert already. 123. What is the 123 a reference to, out of curiosity? Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't realize that. Want to know something that's funnier than 24? 25. Because those are close enough to each other. Somebody might get curious and donate 25 bits and then be like, wait a second, what's your problem with Hyperdimension Neptunia? And I will just slam my hands on the desk and go, boy, let me tell you a story. Let me catch you up on the past 5 years of Whatthefnu content. What little of it there is. This makes me want to mess with my alerts. Oh, it feels really good to get creative, doesn't it? And to just mess around with them and see what you can pump into the stream. Like what else you could put in there. 101 could be a Dalmatian puppy stampede. 99 is Big Smoke. I'll have a number 9. A number 9 large. I'm totally doing that. No, I know what 99 bits is. 99 is the Boulevard of Broken Dreams version of Big Smoke. I'll have a number 9. Yeah. 100,000. Fnu makes that Persona 5 trailer analysis for the last Persona 5 trailer. Oh, I love callbacks. See you later, Ryza. Thanks for coming tonight, buddy. Thank you for being here. You know what? You know what? That's what it's gonna be. I am actually going to go make that video now, and if somebody ever donates 100,000 bits, I will just stop the stream and play the video. That's what's gonna happen. What was the year you were born in, Fnu? 1989. So I'll just put that in the random... I'll just put that in the random numbers here that I have no particular ideas for right now. Now I just need to start a GoFundMe. What were some of the other ones we got? A 101 Dalmatians reference. Let's see. I have a feeling that would have something to do with Cruella de Vil. I don't know what. Cthulhu de Vil. Cthulhu de Vil. No, Cruella de Vil. The epic birthday song. It's your birthday today, Sean! Or maybe one of these days I'll actually buy one of the custom videos and I'll make it, I'll actually see if the guy knows how to pronounce Fnu correctly. It's just every single stream somebody donates 1,989 bits. It's like every day is my birthday. I'm like that one guy from the Lazy Cast. It's just every and it's the joke slowly drives him insane over the course of this show, and it starts making him legitimately angry. Watching his slow descent into madness, even if you don't really like the commentary that the rest of the guys are providing, is worth it for watching the Lazy Cast. Man, I'd love to put in the Execute Order 66 joke, except RoboCop is kind of Proton John's thing. He's sort of locked that down. Or maybe it could be a reference to him. Maybe I can make the Order 66 thing a reference to John, because here's the thing. I'm only half kidding with this. But the best way to get noticed, the absolute best way, and I've heard this from professional artists, like people like Lavender Town, who have actually gotten big on YouTube and DeviantArt and places like that. The best way for people to find you is to do fan art. The best way for people to find out who you are is to do cool things with other people's characters and other IPs and things like that, because then people will find your work while searching for you, and then they'll be like, oh wow, you create more stuff just like this, and you sort of you let them naturally find your original characters and the stuff you can actually make money off of. You know? It's from Star Wars. It's a prequel. Ah, okay. Make Proton John fan art. I'll bet you get even more hits if you draw erotica. I actually had an idea for a piece of fan art I wanted to send him. It was just called A Guide to Cup Sizes, featuring Proton John, and then in parentheses, and Lucagen. And it just keeps going like, the first letter always has something to do with the description. Like, A is absolutely fine, aka tiny is finey. B is beautiful in its own right. C is the classic. D is damn. E for enormous. F for because he's, at this point, he's like reaching around, like flailing around his desk. Like, where's the controller? I can't see it. G for get the Advil, because his back looks like he's in an incredible amount of pain. And it finally ends on H, which is help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Let's see. So, 66. Execute order 66. And some of these got buried though. Hold on. Let me roll back up for a second. Make sure I haven't missed any. $5 footlong. Oh right, we needed to do a 64 one. 64. Nintendo 64. And if I don't like that idea, we can just do Fresh Prince 64. Maybe 120 is a Mario one? I don't know. 'Cause 64 is too sacred a number. Like, we have to do something referencing the console. And it almost feels like that video is too old. Like, we've heard the joke so many times, and I feel like there's no new direction I could take that in. So, tentatively, I'm just going to write down, because I like the contrast on that one. Mario 64 and then evil Mario 64. I'll do something with that. It's a prequel meme. 502 could be a DeWatt gif with its cry. That is your favorite Pokemon, isn't it, Blue? 314 could be a pie. I'd probably just make a waitress reference with 314. How she's talking about it's, I don't want Earl's baby pie. Because the pie you ate was a bomb. The problem is we've already got a SpongeBob joke here. Route 66 song better than Order 66, but I'm old school. Yeah, It might mute the VOD, but only that little piece of the VOD is the thing. It still sucks for people who are watching after the fact. Which is probably why I should get rid of the You Don't Mess Around with Jim song. I just loved that joke so much. I'll have to look back because I've played all the alerts now, so I'll find out which ones will actually mute the mute the VOD and which ones won't. So this will be a little bit of experimenting in that way. You don't have a SpongeBob joke until you make it. This is fair. This is fair. I do love that show, so. Waitress reference / pie you ate was a bomb. Oh god, I just realized how much work I'm actually putting on myself for all of this. 120. You know what? I could just put that, you know what 120 could be? This could still be a Mario 64 joke. And I wonder if the GIF would be too small. But it would just basically be a piece of footage of that ROM hack where you meet Yoshi on the roof of the castle. And after talking to him, he takes all of Mario's life and then walks away. See how many people I catch off guard with that. Figure you'll do maybe 20% of these and that'll be cool enough. I understood that reference. I got you. I know what you did there. If I feel like it, list. 120 evil Yoshi. Something dumb with Mario 64 / evil Yoshi. One of the two. 2,600 could be Go Beyond plus Ultra for the rich bit donator. Yeah, actually. That could be a good one, Pokemon Capture. In honor of Salir. In honor of Salir, we need a 2,600 bit donation. Go Beyond plus Ultra. But again, that might be something that mutes the VOD, but we'd have to test it out a little bit. Just to mark this occasion, that would be a good one to add in there. Hey, thanks for coming tonight, Pillow Sledder. Surprised Pasta Power isn't the Super Show. Is this a thing? Hang on a second, I actually want to look this up on YouTube now. I don't know why I'm being cagey with my last name anymore. It was literally announced on Twitter by the Crush team. It's like, there's no point hiding it anymore. Hang on, what is this? Oh, it's that one's an Undertale joke. Yeah, this is also it. So what's the original line?
Patty cake, pasta man. Give me pasta power as fast as you can.
Hey, what are you loonies up to?
Give me pasta power. Okay, it's just you brought up that joke once before. Also, I love how one of the recommended videos for this is actually that ROM hack that Vinny did about the Super Mario Brothers Super Show 64 demo. That's great. Oh, it's a small internet. It seems like it's big, but there are so many little connections in between people, and they show up when you least expect them. It is a solid ROM hack. Like, it has a surprising amount of work done in it. And of course, it knows how to have fun when it wants to. What would make a good Leroy Jenkins alert? Probably the one where I actually pay the guy royalties, because he's gotten screwed in that several times over. It's actually kind of sad. Like, Leroy Jenkins almost never got credit. They were going to put him, like, in the background. Like, he was going to be a background actor in the Warcraft movie, but it got canceled at the last second. I don't know why. I don't know why. Alright, is that all the ideas we have for bit alerts here? And I still have these random ones here. I don't know what I'm going to do with the TF2 soldier, what I'm going to do with Arendi. 5-letter word for happiness. That'll probably be the 5-bit alert there. Samurai Pizza Cats, I'll probably have that related to some... it'll be some number related to them, maybe. Maybe that'll just be 8 bits. Maybe that'll just be 8 for them. We need a victory fanfare. I feel like the victory fanfare would work best if we surpassed a donation goal. Like, I'd have to have one of those bars at the bottom of the screen that says, hey, I'm working up towards this amount, and then something special happens during the streams, and it just plays whenever we go past it. The one I can think of, the one that everybody knows is the victory fanfare from Final Fantasy VII, so that would probably be 7 bits. You want a Gutsman's ass alert? Nah, dead meme. I still think it's funny, but I fully admit that's a dead meme. People took that in every direction it could possibly have gone. Victory fanfare from caught Pokemon. Ooh. Actually, that would work, too, if we're constantly streaming Pokemon games. Because, yeah, every Saturday, Pokemon Panic. We've got 151. Ooh, what other number is sacred to Pokemon? I mean, we've got 151. We'd also probably need 150, or do we just keep going up, like, all of the different Pokemon numbers have different alerts associated with them related to the show? Huh. 386, then people kind of stop tracking the end of the Pokédex numbers after Gen 3. So, more Pokemon alerts. In parentheses, victory fanfare. Let's see. Anything else that was said here? 251, 386. All right. So, we've made ourselves a new schedule. We've got a whole bunch of new bit alerts. We've got some games to play soon. We've got plans for YouTube and socializing and all of that. Is there anything else you guys can possibly think of tonight? Like, I don't know what else I could possibly do. Like, maybe I could just open up paint.net and we could start building the banner. I don't know. $684. One could be the #1 clip from your top 8s. Coops actually suggested once that I make 1-bit JonTron's But I don't know what picture I would pop up on screen with that. 256. I think that's the number of rare candy / master ball, etc. that the missing no glitch gives. 256. Missing no. These are all ideas. I don't know if I'll even use all of these. But it'll be nice to have them. These are all really good ideas. 1-bit alert. /1. And in parentheses. Because that's the ultimate goal, to have so many running gags that I can make a lot of the alerts just dumb shit that's happened during the streams or references to other things that happen. Because Peanut Butter Gamer does that too. Like, his subscriber alert is just literally that clip of him saying, "Adventure! Yeah!" Because that's his most well-known joke. Alright. I'll probably hold another one of these in the future. Like, I think I'll make a regular thing out of this. Every so often, we'll do a State of the Channel stream where we'll all just come together and powwow like this, and we'll sort of rebuild the stream from the inside out, talk about a whole bunch of different ideas, things I need to do, goals I need to set. Is the schedule still working? Is the format still working? Do we need to rebuild anything else that's happening on here? Do we need any more bit alerts? And just make something bigger and better. But for now, State of the Channel. Number of bit alerts done so far, 5 out of 10,000. Just, I have an alert for every single number between 1 and 10,000. I don't know if I can even do that. If Stream Elements has enough space for that. Oh man, but if they did though. If they did. I feel like there would be so many numbers, like, you wouldn't have anything to do with it, or you'd be really stretching for the joke, though. Like, what do you do with a number like 8,526 or something? Now that I've said that, a lot of people are probably frantically Googling to be like, well, actually... What did I make you sound then? That was really condescending. Let me try that again. I say, actually, this is a sacred number in the Chinese zodiac. You could make a very smart joke, a reference to dragons that nobody would be able to get except for us intellectuals. And I'll be like, okay, that's fair. I'll definitely plug that one in now. Let me just sacrifice my afternoon. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out to this show tonight. I feel like streams are going to be way more awesome from this point going forward. Thank you all very much for the bits, for the support, for the ideas, for everything, for being here, for showing up to these again and again, week after week, show after show. And man, hopefully now with this new schedule and all this extra stuff I'm going to be adding, the show will be even more worth it for all of you. Like, I'll be delivering something I personally can feel like I'm proud of. Something that deserves the support that you guys have given me up to this point. But until next time, don't go anywhere quite yet. Don't go anywhere quite yet. For those of you who are new here or are just tuning in, there are a couple special things we do at the end of every show. For one, we actually have 11 viewers watching us right now, so we can actually do a raid. My cutoff number is 7 viewers. As long as we have 7 viewers at the end of the stream, I feel confident raiding somebody else. But we also roll a d20 here on the Wizards of the Coast website, and this time you can actually see the number, so you know I'm not just lying to you guys, to see if something amazing happens. Oh my god, we actually got the 20. Oh my god.
Nat 20!
That's the best. Oh, that's the best. I'll tell you why that's the best. Because that means I'm going to be giving away a game tonight. I'm going to be choosing a random person in chat, and they're going to be getting something special. So who do we have here? So it says 10 viewers right now. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to take the people I know are actually here, who have actually said something in the chat. I'm counting them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people. 8 people I can confirm with absolute certainty are actual people because they've said something intelligent in chat. So I'm going to roll a d8 and choose the person based on that. And I rolled a 1. Congratulations, Blue. You are at the top of the list, which means I'm going to send you the list of Steam games, of Steam game codes that I've got. Do you want your prize? Do you want to look through the list? Do you actually want one of these games tonight? Let me know in chat here, and I will move forward from that. I'm still going to roll a second name here, and I'm going to write that down. Heck yeah, okay. So I will send you that list off stream, and now let's find somebody to raid tonight. Who am I following that's live right now that could use a full group of 10 people in their chat? You know what? He's actually playing a pretty good RPG right now, and I was talking about him a lot tonight. So I think we're going to raid. The question is, what should the message be? Hashtag 1 step forward? Hashtag it only goes up from here? Hashtag what? Hashtag New Horizons. Hashtag Johnny's Jerky. I like that one. Hashtag Johnny's Jerky is the raid message tonight. And we're going to be raiding Clubbin' Baby Seals is this guy's name. Let me get rid of the apostrophe. Yes, Clubbin' Baby Seals is the guy's username. So, thank you all very much for coming out to the show tonight. It has been a blast, as it always is. Remember proper raid etiquette. Do not spam the raid message unless they fight back with emotes, in which case, spam away. If you're subscribed to me, make sure you include the pizza emote along with your message, but if you're not subscribed, you also have the rainbow trail missile too, if you want. Thank you all very much for coming tonight, and please join us again Wednesday night when we will be playing, well, according to the list that we've got here, we're actually going to be playing a multiplayer game along with something else after that. So until then, I am Whatthefnu. Later, everybody.